Oh, something's going on today. What's going on today? Something jacked up. Uh-oh. Something jacked up. Good morning. Wrong song. I was doing a simple purpose. But that's not the song I want to say. I got to tune this out. Don't listen to the Indian music. I'm listening to the Sense of Purpose. Sense of Purpose. Who is this? Third World from the Try Ja Love album. We got to talk today. I'm pissed off, discombobulated, and mortified, and a few other words. I'm pissed off. I think the aliens are here. I do. I had no idea. So I think Nikola Tesla is an alien. I do. And I think there's a couple other ones that they never told us. I think it's a couple of them. So I'm asking people today, what's your purpose? Why the hell are you even here? No, I don't think that's real. I don't think it's real. Good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness. What a weekend. What a weekend. Let me turn everything on. Something about the top. That's when you think the dogging will stop. They can't find anything to say to eat their words day by day. You know why? 'Cause I love you. This is Third World. Ooh, we just can't stop it. 'Cause I love you. Or feel you, something like that. All the way to the top. Got to get a sense of purpose. Why the hell you on earth, man? Got to get a sense of purpose. Mork and Mindy stylish. Mork and Mindy. Y'all remember Mork and Mindy? Mork had a purpose. E.T. had a purpose. What is your purpose? Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I forgot. Hang on. I'm singing Sense of Purpose. La 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 la. La 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 la. That was the best time for music, was the 80s. Whew, I don't even know where to start. I have no idea where to start. I guess I should start with the beginning of the story. But let me finish. 'Cause I need you. Let me finish with YouTube. Oh, Facebook. I love you with a sense of purpose. Welcome to Earth. Get your purpose right, man. Because the revolution will not be televised. Not gonna be televised. It's gonna be televised. That's gonna tell it. That actually is it. Let me turn that off. All right, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Something is weird today. Where my comments at? I see y'all over here commenting. I don't see nothing over here. The monkey's playing in the machine. Something is going on. We're gonna give it a minute, see if it steps up. Ooh, let's do this. Let me take my device off of Wi-Fi just in case it's a monkey issue. Good morning. Oh, did y'all see, where was it? Berlin? Woo. Woo. Boy, them people stood up this weekend, boy. They was like, you know what? We need to wear masks. We need to get out here in the street and stop these people because we need to get some masks on. And 1.3 million people got on the street and protested that y'all need to say grandma. They protested for science. Science. Oh, it's hot. Let me close this door. And I need to talk. Oh, do we need to talk about something else? Hang on, let me check, make sure this heater's working. This is a long start. Weird morning, weird weekend. Let me check this air conditioner. Hold on. Woo-wee! No, turn that on. There you go. Turn that joker on. Hot. It is hot on the plantation this morning. Goodness gracious. All right, there we go. But I'm leaving my shirt on. All right, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? First of all, so where does the story start? I got YouTube, Facebook, comments, and nothing else is syncing up. I have no idea why. We'll see if that straightens out today, but I can see your comments over here. Pull them up right here. Everything that you need to know will be deleted. The revolution will not be televised. If what you were doing is on television, you are wasting everybody's time. All right, you're wasting everybody's time. They banned the truth. The truth is not allowed in the public domain. Science is not allowed. Science! There is no science, not in my country, Maybe you got it in your country, but not if you got my CIA in your country. You ain't got no science. Science was banned a long time ago. That was the Invention Securities Act. It's gone. What is today? The 3rd? It is the 3rd. So I clicked on it. I just don't see the comments coming in. We'll give it a minute. Good morning, everybody. I can see your comments over here. Who is that over there on YouTube? Who's that? Nicole Sears. How what you doing on YouTube, girl? You lost? Nicole. Somebody go find Nicole. She just walking around YouTube like, where everybody at? All right, good morning. Where do I even start this story? I'm not even sure where to start. I'm not even sure. All I'm saying, let me find a guy's name. We had multiple aliens on this planet. Nikola Tesla was one of them, and we had another one. And I think there were probably hundreds of them, but they killed them, threw them in prison, threw them away. Energy has always been free since the beginning of time. It's always been free. Grow the hell up. They banned it with the Invention Securities Act, and apparently Nikola Tesla got through the cracks. They got everybody after him. The only reason that you out there fighting in the street because I guess you still fighting out there fighting white people. Listen, let me know when you get all of them. Just let me know. Send me an email or text when you're done fighting the people that actually ain't got no power. Just let me know. See how that work out for you. I spent all weekend with my brothers. Oh my God. Love them to death. Clueless as anything. There you go. She back. Okay, Nicole, you was lost. She was on YouTube. She was kind of just walking around. That's how you know the happy people in the world. They don't know where they're supposed to be. That the free people, abundance, they just walk around. They end up everywhere. Oh my goodness, gone Gianni Crow. Oh, we gotta talk. Oh, Prana. Did y'all watch what's his video this weekend? What's his name? I forgot his name. The happy black dude. That's what I call Happy Fro. Well, he kind of got this thing. What is his name? Hang on. I don't even know how to start. I don't know how to start. Somebody sent me some Orgone and I've lost my mind. I told you I'm going to tell you what I learned about Orgone. Oh my God. I don't know if I can tell you. I'm not even sure if I can tell you. Oh my goodness. I prefer not to know. You know, slavery, if you don't know something outside the plantation, you can be quite happy in slavery. When you realize that multiple types of free energy got created on this planet, oh my goodness. I don't even know what to do. All right, hang on. Let me try this YouTube thing. This Facebook thing one more time. You know the happy people abundance. I was trying to explain that to somebody this morning. I'm gonna stop putting people on blast. And I'm just gonna say, somebody sent me a text message that said, what'd they say? Something to the effect of racial stratification of income, stuff like that. And I'm trying to get better being short and sweet with people. It's taking me a while. I was just like, well, if money doesn't need to exist, why are you wanting to make more money? Why do you want to catch up to other people? Outside the facts, no such thing as races. There's no such thing as these people or those people. They gave that to control you. They gave that to take away your power. They gave you that to keep you a slave forever. If money doesn't need to exist, why do you care who has the most of it? Besides, if you want to know who has the most of it, go after the people that actually print it. All right, I tried to refresh that. Let me try to refresh the comments and see if that comes back. If money doesn't need to exist because they've had free energy for the longest time because they banned it every time somebody develops it, if anybody gets close to redeveloping it, it's an act of terror through the Invention Securities Act. They throw you in prison, burn your research, burn your books, and throw anybody else in prison that has your devices. Nobody's going to invent free energy, which means you be a slave forever. Science was banned in the public domain, all right? What the hell is wrong with my comments this morning? I'm trying to give it time, yo. I press some buttons. Maybe I'll press a few more. Good morning, everybody. I can see your comments over here. So anyway, somebody sent me Orgone. Somebody sent me Orgone. First, somebody sent me a crystal, and to me, that was all fake. That was just fake. Ain't no way no crystals do nothing. That jacked me up. It's like, yeah, it's something, the crystals, y'all. It's something. They hide it. They hide it. And I started watching like 1940s videos of crystals. Oh, here it comes. The comments be here in a minute because I just saw the light thing. And then, so that ruined my world because I was indoctrinated to believe that crystal people was crazy. And they weren't crazy because the military industrial complex been using crystals for a long time. Then somebody sent me Orgone, about 4 days ago? 5 days ago, yeah. Houston, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. There's been more than one Nikola Tesla. I didn't took that thing and I put that thing. Are you supposed to put it under your bed? Okay, I put it under my mattress, under my bed. Dreams, oh my goodness gracious. And I don't understand it, which is why I don't want to talk about Orgonite. I don't want to talk about it just yet because I just started looking into, what is his name? Wilhelm. Somebody post the name of it and his name. And apparently this is the real deal. Let me change the music. Good morning, everybody. Y'all have a good weekend. Y'all have a good weekend. Y'all know who I'm talking about, the Happy Black Man? Did y'all watch the Happy Black Man video about the Berlin protest? Oh my God, I love him to death. I love him to death. The Prana baby. Is he from the UK or something? He got that UK accent. Let me find his thing. Whew, I was not on Facebook this weekend, but I was on Facebook this weekend. Out in the garden, getting all these thoughts in my mind. Yeah, we got a problem, Houston. How come the comments aren't working? I see the animations. I don't see the comments just yet. Good morning. Oh, I love you too, Nicole. You can find yourself. Good girl. I'm glad you can find yourself. Yeah. So where do we start? The Prana baby. Here you go, right here. I got to give him a shout out real quick. So apparently, this is the brother right here. Prana baby. Hold on. Wait for it. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I used to watch his videos. And I saw a couple of them. Infinite Waters. The Prana baby. What does he say? Breathe in that good air, taking that prana. Ooh, the Prana. Somebody tagged me in his video. It's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. He make you happy and stuff. Make you like, yeah, we gonna make it. We gonna be all right. You come watch my videos. I'm like, we all gonna die. We gonna die. We gonna die, y'all. We gonna die. Everybody dies. Not everybody lives. Dude, you should watch his video. If you've not watched it, the name of it is 1.3 million hooray for freedom. Hurry up and watch Ralph Smart, because they're going to take that video now. They're going to throw it up, burn it away. The same thing they did with the guy who created Orgone, the Orgone energy, did the experiments and the research into Orgone. Oh my God, the guy, he was legit. He was legit. You know how I know he was legit? Well, not only because they threw him in prison, but also because he studied under Freud. I've been doing my research. I'm not really ready to talk about it. I appreciate if y'all post some links and stuff of what I need to watch, what I need to go to, and hopefully it's on YouTube, because I think the people like, I'm a YouTube researcher. Hell yeah, I am. Not for long though. It's not for long, because they own in all these platforms. The only thing that you need to focus on is what gets deleted. The only people you need to listen to are the ones that's going to prison. Ask the people who figured out. Once they figured out, it's banned in the public sphere. How many times free energy's gotten created is unknown. Unknown. It is a crime to have anything close to free energy. And I'd almost bet you all the NATO countries all have the same exact thing, where they've got some sort of law that bans you from actually creating anything that will free the slaves. Because that's the whole purpose. The whole purpose of it. Let me see if I can find a picture of this protest. It was at one point, because the media, what did the media say? The media said there were a couple thousand people in the street. But in reality, it was all my stuff I'm watching. Hang on. No, okay, this is right there. So he had a picture of it. I was trying to put a picture.
The whole planet is waking up to what's really
happening.
happening.
The whole planet is waking up to what? That's not what's happening, brother. Ralph does. No, come to America. Have you been to America? Come on to America. You know what? Is he from Africa? He might be from Africa. Come to America, like the movie. Come on to America. You know, not waiting. Hell no. These people out here walking in masks. I'm looking at people in masks right now. Ain't nobody waking up. No, not in America. The whole world is waking up, not America. Apparently the media said it was a couple thousand people out there, and it was 1.3 million people out there saying, y'all, this is fake and a phony. A new doctor came out this weekend, and they're coming out the woodworks. But this is one that I found on Instagram, where he's saying in Florida they're lining up more cases, they're playing politics, and all because of what I was trying to explain to my family member, who I'm not gonna say his name nor his affiliation. That's why they needed you to hate Trump. They needed you to hate Trump because they wanted to restart slavery. How are they going to restart slavery? Because hungry people will do whatever their master tells them. And it's not a ploy for Trump. It's not a ploy for him, because Trump, you should know who he is. Shame on you if you're not being honest. Okay? How many privileged. All right, so I'm gonna take it back a little bit. So someone sent me the link for the rape case, the 13-year-old who said Trump raped her. And of course, I've already said his name, so you already have your side. Me personally, I don't have a side. I sit back, height of Congress that went to Yale, any of the Ivy League schools that did not rape somebody. I gotta tell you this, my answer is no. I'm sorry, I really hate to pull a woman on you. I gotta pull a woman on you. I'm a pull a woman on you because this is a patriarchal world. Ruined my life when my female friends started telling me what really goes on that the vast majority of time does not get reported. You don't know anybody that went to an Ivy League school with significant amounts of money that did not rape somebody. Date rape, underage rape, whatever you want to call it, all right? End of story. But it's not a hit on Trump. Not a hit on Trump. What do you mean it's not a hit on Trump? Well, because our nation is based in abuse. You're not, this whole idea of fighting selective abuse has got to stop. It's got to stop. We blow up nations and make rape a commodity. We blow up nations, make sex trafficking and human crime. We topple nations. We do this every single president, all the damn time, all the congressmen, all the senators, and I'm not putting it even on them because we vote for them. And by we, I mean you. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done with voting for rape. I'm done with voting for abuse because it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. So if I were a voter, I would not be in a position to chastise Trump for what he did when he was a child, because I don't even know what happened back then. But even still, that's one person who will never see justice on a planet that we rape all the damn time. Millions of people. We cause millions of little girls to go through this. Stop it. If you are pulling a lever for this, yeah, I'm the wrong one. You need to go talk to somebody else. So all that put aside, have you realized yet that they're turning slavery back on? Anybody noticing that? That they got people to hate Trump and they called him racist, which is crazy to me because the man dancing and singing with black people since I can remember in videos and hip hop and everybody, he was on everybody's album. But now all of a sudden he hates black people. Do you think that they did that they planned all this out? Do you think that they drummed up all this racial tension intentionally so they can turn slavery back on? I do. Slavery never ended. We are enslaved by legislation. We're enslaved by laws. We're enslaved by our worship of authority and those with the most jewels. And we fight amongst ourselves and none of us have anything to actually fight over, but it's what's on TV. It's what's popular, so people go out there and do that. I'm not even going to go into the details of the hydro and you know what I'm talking about because all of that's coming down. Because he said something that came from doctors, like the doctor this weekend, and I'll post a link, you can hear what he said. They've been using this for lupus and other things, and it's actually helping people. They've been using it for malaria, and the sister that came out of Africa told you that as well. And because he said it, it can't be true. And so because it's not true, because you hate him and he's a racist and he's stupid, although he was on the show The Apprentice, and he was a millionaire, and he's obviously very intelligent because he was in real estate, and he ain't racist. He's a dude, a wealthy privileged dude who acts like a wealthy privileged dude. You ignore the fact that they are turning on a medical police state on a global level and starving people into compliance. That's what the intent is. You literally are going to get millions of people killed playing politics when we got global problems right now. The revolution will not be televised. There is no science in the public domain. Right? And let me go to this brother's name. Free energy has always been real. It has always been real. It has always been real. How come the comments still didn't come in? It's always been real. And the dude who invented Orgone was one of them. Let me go back to this. See, once I started looking into this, because I'm a Wu-Too wet researcher. I love it when people say that to me. You're a YouTube University. And I'm like, yeah, you watch TV? Okay. You believe what they say on television? All right. You believe in politicians? Okay, then I can believe in Bigfoot. Oh, Lord have mercy. I know somebody seen somebody, seen Bigfoot. I was losing my mind this weekend. I'm not putting nobody on blast. I'm getting all excited. I need to know the details. Let me try to refresh and see if the comments come in. If you actually voting for American politics and you chastising anybody talking about aliens and mermaids and Bigfoots and are you crazy? You lost your damn mind. I love you to death. I do. Y'all so silly. We all gonna die. All right, what am I doing? Oh, James DeMeo, right? So the last time they invented free energy was, what is his name? Wilhelm. What's his name? William Wilhelm? I know I'm messing it up. I'm jacking it because that's what I do. That's what I come out here. There we go. There go the comments. Now we can really get the roll out. I come out here and people send me stuff. And, well, people don't really send me stuff. People don't send me a damn thing. Every now and then somebody loves me enough to send me something. And it was that damn Orgone. So I don't like to say anything until I do my own experiments. Like, let me explain that to you. I don't trust your science. You lie. Okay? You lie. Your television has things called commercials, and whoever pays for those things in between get to dictate what all the rest of the programming is. All right? So I have no interest at all, zero, in your television science or what you know. I love everybody here to death. I do. From Jimmy to Hunter to Melissa and Valeria and Trish and everybody and them and their mamas and Janie blocking them and their mamas and stuff and their brothers. I love all of them. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust none of y'all. None of y'all. I know you saying Orgone. Well, okay, fine. I'm glad that you say crystals and Orgone and all that stuff work. Not till I do it. All right. It's got to be Gerardians. All right. I already know everything in the public domain is controlled and they lie about all of it. So I don't give two damns. They send me something on YouTube. Look, here's an experiment of Orgone. I'm like, yeah, it's YouTube. Shut up. Are you a YouTube researcher? The same thing, damn television. They sent me to, oh, it's on ABC News. Oh, was it? Are you an ABC researcher? It don't mean nothing till I do it. To me, it don't mean nothing. Then I do it and I tell you and you'll be like, nope, that ain't real. Good. You're supposed to do your own research. So all I'm gonna say at this point in time, there's something to Orgone. There's something to organize. Something to it. I don't understand what it is. I put that joker under my bed. I toss it and turn it all night, having all kind of weird dreams and stuff. And I didn't even know it's supposed to do that. I didn't know it's supposed to do that. And maybe it doesn't do that to everybody. I don't know what it is. I know there's something to this little creepy thing. And so I went and I looked up, what is his name? Did y'all post his name? Now the thing's coming back in because they're like, who are you even talking about? I'm just calling Nikola Tesla 2.0. Tesla 2.0. He actually pulled energy out of the ethos. He actually pulled orgasmic, whatever the hell this stuff is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He pulled it out of the ethos and he created motors with it. He created this. He did what Tesla did, but they saw him coming. They got Tesla back in the 40s. This guy came around in the 50s. They threw him in prison. They stole his devices, burned all his books in New York, and he died in prison. Sound familiar? Sound familiar to anybody? Tesla got away the first time. They knew, oh, we ain't gonna let nobody free these monkeys no more. Because the thing about a plantation, you can never give slaves what it takes to free them. Otherwise, the plantation, which is a system, doesn't actually work. And that's how my mind works. From a system engineering perspective, I'm always concerned with the system. How does the system work? If you actually oppose the system comes for you. If you're not opposing the system, it doesn't give a damn. If you're saying what's true, your video, your channel gets deleted. If you're saying what's false, you become popular, okay? That's kind of my stance on that. But his name was, did y'all post it yet? I want to play the video. So I started looking into it because now there's obviously something to it. And they just went through the details. I found out he's basically a Tesla. He has some very interesting stances as well on like human psychology, like working with Freud and how to design a society. And so it's going to take me a whole lot of time to finish like looking into who he was. But the most profound people of our day are always killed. And so all of that research into the guy's name that ain't nobody posting. y'all do this because you just want me to sit here and choke? Probably. How come nobody posted his name? Much as y'all post about Orgone and Orgonite and all that stuff, ain't nobody put it in. His name is Wilhelm or something like that. What is his name? I'm not gonna play the video till y'all post his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. They just do, my friends, there's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with all of them. I get out here acting fool and I need some support. I need some backup. And they won't post his name. Good Lord have mercy. Nope, y'all don't even know who I'm talking about? Y'all been for real? There you go. There you go. Well, right there you go. See, Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan feels he's like, yeah, Gerard up there sweating. I'm going to help Gerard out. It's hot on the plantation. We got an inside joke going. We ain't going to help him today. Wilhelm Reich. That's his name. That is absolutely his name. So, but what I want to see is I want to see people, colleges, people actually doing the experiments, kind of proving out what he did, he actually could do. You know how like they're doing with Tesla now? Now they're confirming everything he said was right. All the studies, and you got that Space Force general who was at the university, and I can't remember the name of the university, who said, oh yeah, we could beam energy from space, we can do that, pull energy right out the ethos, give it to everybody. And when I heard that, I was like, what? Excuse me? What did you just say, Mr. Whiteman? He's white. I'm sorry. I know, it don't mean nothing. He's privileged, and most of my white friends ain't. But yeah, what'd you say? He said we can pull energy out from satellites and beam it to Earth. Space Force dude. Yes, Space Force general dude. That's his name, is General Space Force dude. I'll post his link. I shared it. I shared it, Richard. I shared it, if that's what you're asking, long time ago. Because he was trying to get everybody to ramp up and the college students to join Space Force. I'm like, wait a minute, Mr. Silly Man. You mean to tell me that Tesla was right and y'all actually had the ability in the 1940s to make anti-gravitic devices and beam energy from the ethos? You know why I got an issue with that, y'all? You know, my first job was cleaning toilets at the church. You know that's right. And you know why I had to clean toilets at the church? Because this dummy, because the Invention Securities Act banned free energy a long time ago. You mean to tell me that I've been delivering papers and robots could be doing that? I had to get up when I was 10 years old and carry this heavy bike with papers in the front and the back, and I'm throwing these papers. Slavery, okay? Slavery. That's why I'm upset. I'm upset. I didn't know what to do. And then I cleaned toilets at the church. And church people, Baptist people, the most nastiest church people, that they need to wash their hands and everything, the whole bathroom. My father wanted to make me humble. It worked. Oh, Lord, my mercy, did it work? It worked. Then I worked in a chicken restaurant, and I'm in there cooking chicken. You mean to tell me you could have had robots making chicken? I burnt myself on a char grill. It was Chick-fil-A. It was Chick-fil-A, by the way. Yeah, I burnt myself a bunch of times and got in trouble a bunch of times. I did a whole bunch of silly stuff, and I got fat because all the food was free if you work at Chick-fil-A. I got fat, and then I worked for Sears, and I'm just thinking about all of my slavery positions. And I worked for, I'm not gonna say nobody else, because after that it was kind of corporate, so I don't want to get sued. If we had free energy from the 1940s, why are y'all out there fighting white people? Can somebody explain that to me? Somebody explain, because I don't understand. Maybe I missed the email or something. I did. Why are y'all out there fighting immigrants? I have no idea. Why are y'all out there fighting to go back to slavery work and restart? Why is anybody fighting anything right now? If Nikola Tesla was one guy amongst many people, all right, I don't understand. I guess I missed the email. Let him explain this to you, bro.
40 years now. My laboratory, the Orgone Biophysical Research Lab, which is located in Ashland, Oregon. Following this work of Reich, I did some of the earliest studies within a university context to verify his controversial orgone energy findings and some of his other findings on human behavior. I published a number of books on these subjects. A lot of this is focused upon the orgone energy accumulator, which is the box-type device that Reich constructed and which got him in trouble with the Food and Drug Administration, who burned his books and threw him in prison. So I've taken on a number of controversial topics, and not just myself, but other people as well.
I need to pause here for a second. Remember how we talk about law and history and that the United States isn't a government, it's a governing corporation, and that all the departments underneath are all for-profit departments of a governing for-profit corporation? The FDA is not there to FD nor A. They're there to make profit. That's why they went after him. Why? Well, they're in bed with the pharmaceutical industry, Rockefeller medicine, going all the way back. They also use these Orgone thingies to cure cancer. And they talked about the studies that they did back then and now that somehow refilling up your orgone with the that's not biophotons, it's bio something else. Actually cures cancer. So of course the FDA had to go get him, take that device, break it down, destroy it, burn up the books, create a law that says that you can't carry this interstates, between states, and that's how they got him. And they put him in prison. I guess he was in the 60s for 2 years, and he died in prison. Why are y'all still in support of this FDA? Why are you still trusting it? If their job is to take from you the things that cure you and make you healthy, yeah, EPA. They're not EP nor AIM. They basically killed off untold species of microbiology and bacteria. The daggone sturgeon from being in bed with all the pesticide companies and the chemical companies. And like all of these corporations are working with this oligarchical, ignorant government, no matter who is the president, no matter who's in Congress, no matter who is in the Senate, to keep you a slave, to keep you sick. Why do you think that they are out there to help you? Please stop walking around here like these people are here to help you and they want to cure you. Their job is to keep you enslaved. Their job is to ban anything that will help you to free yourself or anything that makes you healthy and strong to defy the plantation. Harriet Tubman, once again, I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed thousands more if only they knew they were slaves.
Well, have confirmed this work repeatedly, showing that Reich was onto something really quite important and that it worked. In particular, the Orgone Accumulator creates a slight temperature increase inside itself. It has certain electrostatic qualities inside itself that are generated quite anomalously. If you charge up seedlings inside the Orgone Accumulator, they grow about 40% greater than controls, and this is on top of the work done by others on cancer mice, that you can extend the life of cancer mice by treating them inside the Orgone Accumulator. And there's all kinds of clinical work that was done by Reich when he was alive and by many others since, using the Orgone Accumulator to boost immune system and treat a variety of symptoms of different diseases. Myself, I focused also on Reich's controversial cloud-busting device, and actually I tested that out in the University of Kansas back in 1979, and we verified that the weather over the entire state of Kansas was altered towards increased rain and cloud cover within a couple of hours of starting operations on a number of test days. And we proved basically that this very controversial device could, which affects weather over a big area, actually worked. And actually I've been able to show.
So the only thing that's controversial about Wilhelm Reich and Gerard, because he obviously has Bigfoot pictures that that he's interested in, but y'all want to vote, so that's a whole nother thing, is the fact that people are still voting for a system. People are still supporting a system. People are still protesting white people, black people, immigrant people, and the people who actually have the real power go uncontested. What is it called? It's called the Cloud Buster, right? So looking that up, because you got the climate change folks, and they're emotional bunch. They still not emotional as that damn Hank. Boy, I tell you what, I love that brother to death. Oh, did y'all see what I tagged him in? Did y'all see they put together all the, here you go right here. Here's the Cloud Buster. The farmers wanted it to rain. They grow this stuff called food and crops. And so he wheeled it over there and focused it towards the air, and he put the tubes in the water, and guess what happened in 24 hours? It rained. The government was there watching them, men in black, but I don't think they had black yet, and the black hats, but they were in the cars, and as soon as it started raining, they got them. So why are the climate change folks out there fighting with me? I don't understand. I think Hank asked me that too. Oh, when I tag him in, because he's a brother, he's one of these ones that believes that, I'm not even sure what you can say anymore. Let me see if I got one. That if you put something over your face that's 0.3 microns, that it'll stop a 1.25 micron virus. He believes that. So at the last discussion we had, I tagged him this morning. Somebody posted a great summary this weekend. Let me see if I can find it real quick. That's Cloudbuster. If you are emotional about climate change, if y'all know Greta, you need to get her email address and go ahead and send her to Cloudbuster, right? If we found out in the public domain that we actually could change cloud covers back in the 30s or 40s, and then on record, over 100 governments admitted that they have climate modification or weather modification projects, then your first fight is not with other people. Unless you're being political about it. Now, if you're being political about climate change, then you need to go fight with that right. You know, you need to go find something stupid to do. If you actually have an issue with changing climate and people dying, your first stop is with these governments that have these devices that even JFK told you about. And all this is doing is just confirming it, which is interesting, which is why I like YouTube and I like social media. They don't really keep the information up, but they'll allow you to get information you'll never get on regular television. What I wanted to show you. Oh, the evidence. Yeah, somebody put together the evidence this weekend. I was out there playing in the koi pond, and growing food, and doing real protests, because that actually is a real protest. The only way you protest a 0.01% that owns your food supply is you grow food. That's how you protest them. Getting out there in the street begging for things, that's not me. I did that. I did that. I did that. I got the shirts, the t-shirts, the shorts. We used to do pins. And nothing changed because they don't care. That's actually what they want you to do. That's why they do that. You want to protest. Here it goes right here. Let me see if I can make this bigger. You actually want to protest something, then you find out what they don't want you to do. And you go do that. Do it a lot. That's what a real protest is. You asking for things from them, things that they've been denying you from the very beginning, and you want them to give you something, you need to go do it yourself. This right here, I'm not gonna go through all the details, it's too much, but I tagged Brother Hank in it. If you have it, you need to go ahead and share it for any of your friends who still think that they're being safe and they're helping grandma. Helping grandma is doing exactly the opposite of what you see on television, all right? You wanna help grandma? You build up your herd immunity by eating healthy. You became a buffer within the herd. That's your job as a young person, to protect grandma. This right here, they went through the list. He gave all the links in the research and explained that no, I'm gonna read it quickly. Masks don't work, 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 masks don't work. Next study, masks don't work, nothing, masks don't work, masks don't work. Masks are dangerous, masks hurt people, masks hurt grandma, masks to suppress your immune system. Here go the one right here that I talk about, which is my theory. I had a theory. I actually had a theory that panned out. And I'm rather excited about it. You're not gonna, that they don't stick droplets. They don't stick in the droplets. Just because your government wants to be elected doesn't mean that viruses stick to droplets, the particles, man. And it's a theory. All right, they're everywhere. They go through your eyes, your ears, your booty hole. You're everywhere. You are not helping anything at all. Here go all the studies. I see Brother Hank. Y'all see Brother Hank say something? Hey, I love that man to death. But that man, he don't quit. That's a path. He has a sense of purpose. He has a sense. That's the song I was singing. If y'all was late, and then with the sense of purpose, and say that again. Yes, a sense of purpose. You need a purpose. You gotta get some sense though. That's step one. Step one is get some sense, and then get a purpose. Don't get a purpose first, and then don't get no sense. I'm gonna see if he says something. I know he said something. I'll put him on blast. Oh, here go all the research. Here you go. Explaining all the things from all the doctors and the OSHA regulator, everybody who gets deleted because science is not allowed in the public domain, and here me as being smart tagged them. Oh, he didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. Go ahead. Go on, brother, by this time. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock here. By now, I'd have 13 posts from Hank. 13 posts from Brother Hank. He didn't say nothing. Boy, he didn't even like it, unlike it, describe. He didn't do nothing. See? That might be a sign. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's a sign that people are waking. Maybe that's a sign that Christine said good for. I didn't find it, Christine. I stole it. I didn't find it. I was busy. I was out in the garden all weekend. I was growing food. I got these little things called kids that live around me, and they need food. So I'm out there doing what I can. I got to grow food. I just can't sit here and run my mouth. I know people think I just run my mouth. That is not what I do. I do the best thing that I can do with everything that I got. We're in a Great Depression. People need to eat. So Every discussion government has, you need to force it into being about food and releasing free energy. All right, free energy has been made a bunch of times, but this is a good one. This is and effectiveness of masks and respirators against respiratory infections and something from the clinical infectious diseases. You click on that link, which I didn't have to because I've already done my research, and they got the problem solved. So hopefully Brother Hank replies later today, or he just doesn't reply. I'm fine with that too. But don't act like you didn't see the tag, brother. I love you to death. This is what we're here for. This is why, and I'm not shaming Hank. I'm not shaming Hank. Hank is a passionate brother, and we agree on a lot of things. We didn't agree on this damn silly mask thing because, unfortunately, I got to the research before he did, and I used a little common sense. 100-year-old piece of technology is not going to save me from a bioweapon made in Fort Detrick 10 minutes ago. It just ain't going to work. It's not going to work. So, and plus, it was on TV. It was on TV and it was popular, and I know TV always lies and owned by that pharmaceutical industry, and they're never going to put anything on TV that does not help them sell drugs, and they need to force something into everybody. And but I'm wrong. I've been wrong on many things. I was not wrong on Bigfoot because apparently we got some Bigfoot stories coming. I believe Bigfoot, y'all. I do. I believe Bigfoot's a real dude. I don't know if his name is Daryl, but I think he's a real dude. And now I got somebody about to tell me some stories. Apparently the people who live out there see him all the damn time. Let's go back to it real quick. Oh, I didn't even do comments. Let's do some comments first. I'm sorry. We'll do some comments and we'll go back to it. But apparently, ooh, there go the Beetle. There have been various people who discovered free energy, and every last one of them has been banned. Every last one of them has been censored. It's all over my wall. It's good. It should be all over your wall, Patricia Hauser, and you're going to lose that Facebook page, darling. It's gone. It's probably by the time this is done, they're going to delete you. Everybody say, bye, Patricia Hauser. Bye-bye. You say truthful things on the internet. There is no science on the internet. Yeti is real. Now I got, you know what? Who's that? Martha? I think he is. I know he is. I know he is because one, TV they make it funny. Number one, that's the first indicator. And two, all the cultures from pretty much every continent said that this dude was around. So, you know, he's around. I just don't want to meet a female Yeti. That might be, that might be a problem. That just might be a problem. And I'm not even going to go into why because I get in trouble. Oh no, Dad's back. Who's back, Jimmy T? What's up? Portland is fighting poverty. We have the catalyst for electrolysis, H2O2. Jimmy T. Yeah, Portland ain't fighting poverty. Poverty's a part of the model. Not Portland, the city. Not Portland and not Oregon, the country. They're not fighting poverty. It's literally a part of this economic model of keeping the point. The only way to 0.01% stay in power is by hiding free energy, is by convincing people that they have to go to work, is by convincing people that it is a good idea to keep the slave plantation going. I know what you're talking about though. You're talking about the brothers on the street, but I disagree with that too. I don't think they know who William Reich is. I don't think they know who Nikola Tesla is. When I see people out there fighting with the FDA, not fighting, protesting in front of the FDA, protesting in front of the EPA, protesting in front of that Pentagon, protesting in front of the corporation that actually bans the technology that requires poverty, then it means something to me. I was thinking this weekend, Jimmy, about how you got all these different industries, all these different professionals, and they pretty much went out there and discovered things. They worked a lifetime and they figured out that a lot of our problems with humanity and the planet are related to this, that, or the other. And certainly with us, it's poverty. Certainly with us, it's the struggle. In my industry, the automation industry, over 20 years ago in the public domain, we solved all those problems. All of them, they're all solved. And that's my response to my family members right now, is there are no problems. We just don't want to put the solutions. We just don't want to implement the solutions. We have problems with everybody. There's nobody who should be doing a job right now. There is nobody who should be doing a career. That is all slavery. We 3D print everything. There's nothing that can't be 3D printed right now, given enough resources. Nothing. So there's no reason for money to exist. There's no reason for banks to still exist. I mean, they got us here, and I appreciate that. And the isms, the communism, the capitalism, all of that stuff. Yeah, they got us here, but they went extinct at least 20 years ago. There's no more reason for conflict-based systems. There's no more reason for poverty. So boggles my mind, though, Jimmy, is people actually think that a system that requires poverty, which is the greatest violence in the history of the human race, a system that requires rape and child trafficking and human trafficking and war, would actually care about you getting the sniffles. It's amazing to me. Hopefully something does come to Portland, though. I'm not anti-Portland. Hopefully people do standing up to, it's a good idea to stand up. It's more important to stand up and speak that truth to power, which is there should be no more slavery. Slavery in every form of humanity has to end now. Right? We are in a paradigm shifting moment. The whole planet shut down. The billionaires and trillionaire families are revaluing the currency and setting up new banks and trying to get new slavery back online because they got people believing that Donald Trump is racist and is completely insignificant to everything important to give a new slavery. Or we free the planet. All right. You're trying to say masks don't work? No, Kentucky Fried Mama. I don't. You know why? Because I would never say a thing like that. I don't think I said, did I say that? I didn't say masks didn't work. I think I said something to the effect this week in Kentucky Fried Mama that I got a microscope, and I appreciate my biology friends who encouraged me to get the microscope. That's right. Because I was testing my compost tea this weekend. I was looking at my compost tea and all the microbes in there, and that cured me. It cured me of this like fear of microbes. I don't fear them no more. I'm more I got to get my microbes going. I got hey, what y'all need today? Y'all need some lettuce. Y'all need this, that. So, like the whole thing about understanding how small a virus is, it's accepting that this is reality. Now, how do I fight it? It's not about being scared. It's about understanding the actual problem. The actual problem is these little damn things that's too small in the pharmaceutical industry. Number one, ain't fighting them. But number two, couldn't fight them if they want to. We are big colonies of microbiology, bacteria, viruses, and boogers, okay? That's just what we are. I need to fuel my guys, my little guys, and get them fighting them guys, right? Good ones and bad ones, and so I eat the right things. So I'm not saying that masks don't work. I would never say nothing like that. I'm just saying people stupid. People stupid, and the real world is a hell of a lot smaller than what we can see. You're either working with your colony, because that's what you are, a human being, you're a big fat colony of bacteria. You're either helping your colony out or you're hurting your colony. If you're doing what's in the commercials, like Michael Pollan said, you're hurting your colony. If they've got a commercial, it's profitable, which means it is not powerful. Ooh, that sounded good. It's in the commercial, it's not profit. That means it's profitable, which means it's not biologically powerful to you. Somebody can make money on it, all right? Everything is free on this planet. Everything has always been free, including the energy. Everything, they had to break the natural system. They had to break the balance to make profit. That's what I'm saying. So now I would never say that, Kentucky Fried. That's not my field of study. My field of study is computer science. Science. My study is to tell everybody that y'all don't have to be slaves no more. You didn't have to be slaves 20 years ago. If your government loved you, they'd free you from that. But they don't love you. They're being controlled. They own us. All right. The microscopes are fun. That's a new hobby of mine. Microscopy. I know I said it wrong. Let me see. If Trump is racist, blah 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 blah. I don't give two farts. I'm focused on bigger issues, and that's my point, Shatita Young. Like I don't even care. Like okay, he is all right. Okay. I mean, I know he ain't, because not comparatively to the average American. The stuff I hear my friends say, the trash that come out their mouth, Shatita. No, I don't even care. Listen. I hope that the racist people get a little free energy farm with some automation on their acreage of land so they can all be happy. I don't care nothing about that. I have time for revenge, and Shatita, you got too many people out here trying to get revenge for slavery. And I have no interest in that. Everybody been a slave, everybody came from some slaves. We got a world for the next generation. We got a world to build for them, but everybody's lost in a little ignorant space of what they can get. It got through the white friends, right? Gotta get the black people. Like, yeah, let me know when you get them. It's not gonna work. I told my family member that this weekend. Said, yeah, well, because I told him, I said, you keep going on this direction, you're gonna get the race war that you're looking for. You know that's what they want. They want you to, they want a race war. They want a race war. Now the DNC wouldn't want no race war. Oh yeah, they do. They in bed with the GOP, and some people's armed and some people not so much. Some people got a little more resources and some people not so much. And once that race war gets going, I say, hey, you better learn how to run, duck, shoot, do something, because you better learn how to make a bow and arrow or something out of a maple tree, because you don't want that. No, sir. No, sir. No such thing as a people, but the last thing you want to do is push people into groups by skin color, eye color, foot color, political party. That's the end of the nation. I mean, the race war that'd be the beginning of the end. You might see some stupid, silly stuff happening there, but as soon as that starts, I got to show you what Russia and China gonna do. This is the end of it. Now, you know what? I want to talk about this brother here. And do we need to watch the rest of him? Y'all understand that free energies are real. Anybody want to debate if free energy is real? Prove me wrong. All right. Multiple scientists have figured out how to do it, and as soon as they figure out how to do it, it is banned. And if anybody else creates it, because of the Invention Security Act, it will be an act of terror to have the notes, the book, or the device, so nobody talks about it. That's why you do not see free energy devices on the internet, because when you do them and put them on the internet, you get a knock on the door. What else was I going to show you? I was going to show you, oh yeah, y'all get y'all race war. This is what's going to happen. Because that's what they want. I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Ain't nobody going to win. Like, say, yeah, but we're going to, we'll get it together and we'll fight. Because you got them, the black folk, they got their guns, and they rough. I mean, they rough. Don't get me wrong. They going to get a whole lot of y'all. And I mean by y'all, because I'm not in it. I have no interest. My name is Bennett. And I ain't in no ignorance. I'm not in none of that. I'm gonna sit there and watch it and like, yeah. I'm gonna sit there and wait for the Jets to show up. That's what I'm gonna do. Because this is what's gonna happen. Hang on, let me get down to it. Because I was thinking about it this weekend. Oh goodness, I did post a lot this weekend. Huh? Was any of that good? I might have said something deep this weekend. Plants giving me all these thoughts. It was down. Oh, there we go. Here we go. This is what you're fighting for. Boom! This is what America's gonna look like. You get your race war. Right? Y'all keep playing like nations exist. This is what you're gonna get. Y'all keep playing like races exist, and scientifically they don't exist at all. Y'all keep playing these games that these billionaires and trillionaire families and 0.01% gave you. They're gonna take America when y'all lose your mind, and they already planning it right now. Russia talking to China, like, what you gonna take? What y'all want? I don't know. We kind of want the East Coast, because the East Coast is kind of closer to us, but you know, we might take the West Coast. With China, are you scared of Red Dawn? Because you know it was a movie when the Boy Scouts got together. They created a group called the Wolverines, and they fought back. Are you worried about that at all, China? China answered quick, no, we ain't worried about that. No, that was back in the 70s and the 80s. Them kids was rough, they was dirty, they was in the mud, they was out in the swamp swimming, growing. They even had something called the brownies back then. Oh yeah, they got the girls out there too. They was out there learning how to make things and start fires and be rough and tough and tumble. These kids nowadays, nah, not the American. Now they don't even, listen, Russia, they won't even leave the house because the parents tell them that the air is bad. Russia and China, they just divide Mexico. They're gonna try to get Texas. Texas is the only one I'm unsure of. I know Texas got an infestation of people in mass, but you know, they're gonna divide that. So Canada, y'all ain't gonna get none parts of America. You're not gonna get none of it. So here's the map. This is what I think they're gonna do. So if you're on the East Coast, you're gonna want to pick up that Mandarin. If you're not gonna be in the race war, you just dive anyway. But in anywhere from the Mississippi on over, you need to learn some Russian. You need to learn some Russian. All right. Now I'm done. That's it. Free energy is real. Okay. Free energy is real. The storage is the issue. Yes, Mark. Free energy is real and storage is the issue if you ever go somewhere where the energy needs to be stored, right? Like that's the whole point of the whole Space Force and anti-gravitic devices and Project Bluebeam and all this showing y'all about the aliens. We discovered a craft which was not made on the planet. And everyone's like, oh, wow, it's not made on the planet. that must mean it's aliens. And I'm like, no, Brother Mark, I think that probably means that they got a base on that moon. they got it on Mars, because I think they like jokes. I think they like to have fun with people. I think the billionaires and trillionaires, I think this is so easy. I think that this is so easy for them that they just like to have fun every now and then. Every now and then. It's like with the Trump thing. Not only is the Democratic Party the party that created the KKK and they got the black people to jump on him in that party, but the whole, he was the first president that supposedly is racist, but he freed more brown people from prison than the last president brown people put in prison. He put more, because Obama put more he put more prisons together than elementary schools, and then Trump created more police than them. But then it's like, nah, let's have a little fun, let's stir up the pot a little bit, let's make the first racist president free the black people. Yeah, you do that, I can do that, you can do it. You sure? Yeah, they'll do it. They call up that phone and Trump will answer, hello. The Trump man. Yeah, we're gonna need you to free as many black people as you can from prison. I gotta do what with the Trump hand? But I don't think my people will go for that. And it's like, listen, you're an actor, brother. You done had that show. You done jumped around, played this role, that role. You can make it work. I know, we have faith in you. Make it work. And he did the thing, let all the black people out of prison. Just because I think they like to stir the pot. They like to stir the pot. So I think the deep state, or whoever they are, when they told you, yeah, we recovered some off-world craft, they're like, ooh, off-world means aliens. Like, nope, this probably means Space Force. I think they have fun, and I think they make this stuff up all the time. I don't think we're a challenge. You know who challenged them? Was Occupy. Occupy Wall Street challenged them, and they showed up. If you actually defy a system in a way that's going to end the plantation, you're going to meet the master. But just remember this, keep this in mind. They own you. George Carlin told you that. That is true then as it is today. They own you. They own all the banks. They own all the energy. They own all the resources. They own all the land. You ain't got no business out there fighting with no white people, black people, immigrants, Native Americans, anybody else. If you give two damns about the next generation, your issues with that 0.01% on resources. All right, China and Russia have been trading on the Pacific Coast ports for centuries. Well, then it makes sense to me, Jimmy. It makes, I think ISIS might get them a little too. I think ISIS, they might let ISIS in on that conversation, or Al-Qaeda, whoever they are. And they might get Alabama. They might get Alabama. You down there, you're gonna have to pick up some Arabic or something. They might get it, because they all working together. They all work with that 0.01%. It's a one big plantation, and we all some slaves. They're gonna divide America up. I don't really want to be in the Arabic section, to be honest with you. I don't want to be in the Russia section. Yeah, I think I know a little Mandarin. Ni hao ma. I know a little Mandarin. I don't know no Russian. I don't know no Arabic. I think that's the part of America I want to be in. Ooh, yeah, Tornado Alley. Ooh, Diane, you talking about weather weapons? That's an interesting thing. You think about all the people that's dying all over this world because they playing with these weather devices, and the climate change people can't seem to figure that out. That's another game. They put it right in front of people, Diane, don't they? Put it right, look. Because what was the name of the weather pact where they all got together? Like, look, I had an idea. This is what we're gonna do. All right, here's the next one. We're gonna change the global climates and see if they can figure it out. All right. We're going, we already deleted most of the information from the internet, but the JFK video is still out there. The LBJ video out there, still out there. The video with Wilhelm Reich is still out there, and the videos of Nikola Tesla and the documentation's out there. The weather modification pact is out there, where we made all the nations sign a pact that said we will not use weather weapons against other people. But we can use them on our own people. And then 120 nations signed. Let's just see if they can figure it out. Oh, but we're gonna need somebody young to stir up the Kool-Aid a little bit. Maybe they were starting to figure it out and they got Greta involved in it. But no, I think about all the people that done died because they playing with this weather. All the people that done died, And if you're new, here's the point. Every king wants more food than the other kings. Right? This happens on multiple levels. There's the corporate level, there's a national level, there's billionaire levels, probably an alien level we don't even know about yet. But if you can raise more food than the other places, then you can wage more war for whatever the bosses are above you. And so making it rain in your land to make your land the breadbasket has always been the thing. You know, wars have been fought over seeds, right? So of course they're using these weapons, these devices to make it rain. There are 112 patents for weather modification technologies. They've all been using it. They've all been using it to make it rain more in their land for very simple reasons, food. But the thing is, if you had one nation doing that, that's one thing. When you got 120 some, like listen to what the brother just said, and they did the experiment at that university, and it affected the weather pattern of the whole state. You know, that these clouds are based in this Orgone energy stuff. Energy is all around us, and we discovered about 5 or 6 of them. There are probably hundreds of them. How many of the ones that never made it through classification that they banned from us knowing, banned the science, and all the rest that we don't know about? All right. So when you get 120 some nations all playing making it rain in our country, you don't think that's going to affect the global climates? Of course it will. Right? Everything in nature happens for a reason. Everything is balanced, right? And to me, Diane, I link that right up there with that rape thing. It's like, well, you know, the president raped somebody. I'm like, you know, I have a bank account, and to live in this country means that I live on the profits of human trafficking and sex trafficking on every continent on this planet. I don't have time for what the president did. I'm trying to figure out, how do I live in a way that's not based in abusing other people? Through weather modification, creating starvation zones in Africa and the Middle East, or even here. We have the hindsight and technology to create paradise, but we have to destroy the world. Yeah, Amy, well, we have to destroy the economic portions of the world, right? Like, we got to destroy the markets. We got to get rid of those things that keep human beings enslaved to jobs and careers, or old-fashioned slavery, which never stopped. But this world has to come to an end, right? In order to make an omelet for the next generation, we got to break some eggs this generation. We need to go ahead and break them eggs and make an omelet, because the kids got to eat next generation. So we got to destroy the economics of the world. You know what, Amy, somebody had the audacity to send me was an article this weekend about Black Wall Street. Oh, Lord have mercy. I try to educate everybody I can, and it's just, you know, it's hard sometimes. I'm just like, well, what's the point of Black Wall Street? If you got a problem with Wall Street because it is a slave market, it's always been a black market. Most of the resources and things are stolen from other nations, the minerals for all the small electronics. Why do you want to make a black one? I don't understand that. Like, you don't know how the world works? And once you realize how the world works, then you don't want to manifest the energies, the dark energies of what you have an issue with. But what most people say, Amy, it shows you who they are. And most people don't have a problem with slavery. They only got a problem if they're slaves. That's all they got a problem with. Slavery is a choice. It's always a choice. Kanye West said that. He was right then, he's right now. It's always a choice. And you choosing to be free because you want to enslave other people, that's a choice too. Like that reparations, I ain't got no interest in that. Keep that. I ain't got no interest in no reparations. I'm not. Why? Because the North went to the South for reparations. That's why. People say the North went to the South to free the slaves. Nope, the North went to the South because they wanted their reparations. The South wasn't paying the taxes. So they wanted their reparations. They wanted to make sure that they got their check from slavery too. That's just how the world works until you really think about these things. Be in trouble. Oh yeah, I want to talk about aliens a little bit. Oh, I got this behind me. Oh yeah, no, because I think aliens come here. I think the aliens are here. I think Wilhelm Reich was probably one, or they channeled him, they gave him, because I don't think that they'll like show up like this. I think that's a fake picture, but I think they'll get into people's consciousness, multi-dimensional, humans from the future, something, right? Possession. I think that was a real thing. That was in the scriptures. I think that they possess people and they give them these things. They give them abilities like Edgar Cayce, right? Nikola Tesla, Einstein. There are certain people who obviously don't fit in the timeline. There's so much more involved than the rest of us. And the US government murders them and throws them in prison. Blows up their technology. Because I think that's how you free people. I think that's how you free planets. I think if you are related to Earthlings, you can't like land and show up because you'll freak us out. You show up and you look like a turkey or a duck, a reptilian, a praying mantis. We're gonna have issues. Most people just gonna run from you, try to shoot you, or some of them might try to eat you. We're still wild. The only way you save wild creatures is you give them that abundance, right? And abundance allows people to focus on important things. It allows them to gain consciousness, sentience, and then maybe the aliens can come down and land without people trying to make a biscuit out of them. And how do I know that to be true? Because your neighbor is unemployed right now. That's how I know. And I guarantee you out there walking in them flip-flops when you come home from work, your foot looking more and more delicious every day. He ain't got no food in his cupboards. He's looking at your feet. Yeah, that might work with basil. I don't know, a little garlic or something. I don't know. Tom, yeah, he's got a good job, and I know he eats pretty good. Yeah, he got that nice car. He got them like fat, chubby fingers. Your neighbors will eat you. They will. Trust me, they will. They did that in that airplane crash. An airplane crashed with the soccer team. Oh, they carved up their friends' butts and ankles and all that stuff. No, your neighbors will eat you. That's why you need to grow food, plant some seeds. Like, it's always great solutions. Talk about free energy, free energy, free energy, free energy, free the energy. In the Invention Security Act, dismantle that and let these scientists who use silence and these engineers start giving people free energy so we don't eat each other's ankles in mushroom soup. All right. Let me see. We made hemp legal. The feds hate us. Ooh, Jimmy, yeah. Jimmy. I was thinking about that this weekend too. It's funny, but like what gets confirmed in all of this. Any state that doesn't want to collapse, because we know the state's going to collapse, right? Please tell me everybody gets that they've got no tax revenue for the past 4 months and they were already cash strapped and broke before this started. So the states are going to collapse. All the services are going to shut down. I think it was kind of part of the plan, putting all that power within the United States Incorporated at the federal level. So if you want to stop your state from collapsing, all you got to do is legalize hemp. All you got to do is legalize cannabis and hemp. Trust me, I know. All my high friends, look, I got to show y'all something. That's all you got to do, state revenue. Yeah, because Jimmy's right. Jimmy, you're right on that. If you don't want your state to collapse, you need to get on the phone with your politician right now and tell them to legalize cannabis. All the druggies I know, oh, please. Your state will have money. You don't have to lay off the people to grow the food and get the welfare and serve it up to help people. Just end the war on drugs. That then your state gonna make trillions. But all you gotta do is legalize, legal, like real legal, not this fake legal stuff. You gotta get licenses and permission and all of that stuff. No, just legalize that joker right there. All these people out of work, like, nope, I'm gonna grow their medicine, because the people at work, they're gonna be upset at work because their taxes gonna go up to 70%. They're gonna pay for me to sit at home. I'm gonna grow some cannabis for them people so they don't, so they can deal with that slavery. That's how that works. This is right here. I got trolled, and Susan was right. This is a more appropriate map right there instead of Russia and China. Really, it's just Amazon, Apple, Coca-Cola, Hershey. Get the rest of them in there. But and this is why I appreciate Jimmy. Like, real solutions, brother. That's all I want. Real solutions. Like, just all the whining. I don't do whining. It's like, okay, what's the problem? All right, what's the solution? And right now, there are no problems on our planet. There are no real problems on our planet. Everything, every struggle, every problem we have, somebody put there. They're all artificial. I challenge people all the time. What is a real problem on Earth that we can't say? What is a real problem on Earth that that the other professionals, behavioral scientists, neuroscientists, the doctors, everybody, healers, the holistic people, what have they not diagnosed that automation can't solve? Nothing. Somebody tell me something. Tell me something. If there's a real problem on Earth, something which is worth me getting a snot bubble and getting a Sharpie and make a sign, get out there and fight, let me know. Let me know. But I don't, no, not me. My protest is growing food, right? Because they own the food systems. And I think let Jimmy and his friends out there in Portland, they might get hungry in the future. They realize that they need to be fighting with everybody else. They need to be doing what Berlin is doing. Oh, was it in the news? I do want to see if that was in the news, because are we done with oh, you know what? I'm gonna let him finish. Let's let him finish real quick, and then I'll move on. I'm gonna see if the Berlin stuff. I want to see him lie. I don't watch. I don't watch the news. I want to see them lie and say it was only a couple thousand people, and I think they said they were rightists, they were Nazis or something. It's like, nope. It's people that just know you're lying. They know that you got commercials for the pharmaceutical industry, and you're lying about this virus.
When you charge water up inside of an Orgone energy accumulator, the water changes its properties significantly in the ultraviolet absorption, and also there's a fluorescence reaction in the same Orgone charged water that you don't see in the bulk water or the control water before you've charged it. So I'm continuing to investigate these lines of research and get better documentation as best as I can. This conference has all kinds of people who are investigating water from different perspectives. And
you got the ways of making free energy with water, right? That's always been free energy. And I think this conference was in 2015. So well, how come we're still working? Because your government doesn't care about you. They're not your government, and it's not their job. It's your job to take care of you. Science has been banned. If any of those scientists at that conference actually figured out anything that's been banned, that means that they're terrorists. The minute they figure it out, somebody knocks on the door, and that's the end of it. Or if they post it online, they'll go to the CMUs, right? The places, that's what the prisons are for. They banned freedom. Literally banned freedom. That's where we are. And until we act like that, we're wasting time. Well, let's see if it's on RT. Does RT talk about the Berlin stand-up protest? Because I didn't watch it. RT Berlin protest. Let's try that. I trust RT to a degree. Thousands. Oh, they lying. Look at they lying too. Go on, RT. They said that. No, that's the Telegraph. Ooh. They said thousands of people showed up. They not millions, thousands. I have friends there and they said it was millions. Ooh, let's see what they got to say. Why are they upset? Did they all get the cuckoo vibe?
Layers. I gotta run. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh,
Bud Light, yeah, you're gonna need alcohol in the future. Oh, you know, Jimmy, you can make hemp beer. That's what I want. Thousands of Germans join a protest against the cuckoo virus restriction. Oh, I can't read that. Next needs Deutsch Flach nicht this yet. They gathered in central Berlin for the end of the pandemic. Freedom Day! Thousands of white nationalists, Nazis. Not 1.3 years. Look at all the camera perspective. Interesting. Demonstrators ignore the advice of social distancing and wearing face masks. Freedom Fred Third. Music is the same in every language. Germany had almost 200,000 cases so far with just over 9,000 deaths. And that's why the people, they don't see it. They don't see it. Neither do I. I don't see it. I don't see it. Telegraph is lying. But again, the Telegraph has commercials. Does anybody say millions? Thousands? Germany, several arrests, unregistered Berlin rally. Ooh, that was 3 months ago. Here's the Guardian. Ooh, 17,000 they said. Let's look at the Guardian news. That's English. That's who owns us, the Guard. That's the Bank of England. That's it is. We're a colony of the Bank of England.
Weg mit den Gesetzen, die uns einengen. Weg mit der Maske, die uns zu Sklaven macht.
All right, hang on. That's the language I was telling you about. That's the sneaky snack, and I don't know that language, so I'm gonna have to read it to you.
Unsere Forderung ist zurück.
Our demand is basically going back to democracy. That's a bad idea, brother. Democracy, run from that. That's mob violence. People get together. We need sovereignty. We need anarchy. We need people To be free, we don't need any more control systems. All the problems on the planet is because you have authorities, people who claim they got author rights over you. Nations are not sovereign, government's not sovereign. You don't want democracy. Plato told you about that, brother. All right. Away with these laws that has been imposed on us. Yes, please, because we're not slaves. Laws, legislation is the shackles of the day. That's all they are. And then your babies are born in the nation and they're enslaved to the debt, which means it's chattel slavery. Shackles of legislation is chattel slavery, and the hot box is the prison, and the slave catchers are the police, the Homeland Security, FBI, DHS. Not that they're bad people, neither were the slave catchers. It's just the economy. It's just the system. We can fix the system. We can fix the system, which is what I was telling my family member, right? Like, y'all know me. I wasn't like anti-Trump, wasn't pro-Trump, nothing like that. I was just like, oh, interesting when he won, right? Like people were upset. I wasn't upset. I knew my person wasn't going to win. I voted for Jill Stein, and I shouldn't even done that. But I didn't understand at the time. Now I understand. It took me 3 years to figure this out. No, I was hoping that because people hated Trump, that they would hate the system. And it didn't work that way. It didn't go that way. That's what I was saying. I was like, I was kind of like, it is different, y'all. Let's sit back and let's see what happens. The guy is an actor and blah, 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 blah. Maybe he's just crazy and psychopathic enough to take on international billionaires. Nope, Trump ain't that stupid. He ain't taking on Big Pharma. No, he ain't that dumb. They'd kill him. They took the guy out for free energy. They'd take out the president. They already took out the president. That's history. No, my hope was that it would turn people against the system, right? They would realize, oh my gosh, we might get a Hitler. The people who were scared of, not the people who voted for him. We need to take these powers from the president. We need to take these powers and give them back to the people. We need to stop this direction of writing more laws to make humans not sovereign and nations and states and groups sovereign. But no. And that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I think that they saw that coming and they already had a plan. No, we need to make them hate Trump. As long as they hate Trump and he's the problem, he caused climate change, he caused slavery, he grew the wood boats, the oak on his property, made some boats back because he had a time machine, went back and picked up slaves in Africa, brought them over here. As long as everything in the world is problem equals get rid of Trump, we can pull anything we want. We can pull anything we want. Go back and watch don't go back and watch my earlier videos. It was horrible. The things I believed back then, but I did believe one thing. I said the DNC loves Trump, and they do. Because today, they're getting paid like you wouldn't believe. As long as he said Hydra, plop, 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 it means it's not working. It means that he said that don't wear a mask, everybody's wearing a mask. Yeah, it's TDS, Diane. And it has nothing to do with Trump. It has nothing to do with Trump. It has nothing to do with America. It has nothing to do with political parties. It has to do with keeping a slave plantation, keeping side A fighting with side B, so the 0.01% are never opposed. That's what it's always about. So I was hoping that it would make perhaps a group of anarchists, and it did to a degree, because anarchy is sexy again. But most people just hate Trump. So if he says it, they just run with the opposite, that TDS stuff. And it's just another form of racism and control. Turn side A against side B. So anyway, what's the rest of it? Away with the mask. They make us slaves. Yes, they do. They do it here too, brother. Thousands have marched in Berlin to protest against Germany's cuckoo virus laws. Not in America. They hide in the house. How we get to 1.3 though? How y'all count that many people? I'm curious about that. So they say thousands, but the news that I'm coming from, the sources I trust a little more, they're saying 1.3 million, which is my friends. We are free people. We are free people. We are, that's singing the sneaky snack, sneaky snack. No. No, you're not. You're not free people. That's like saying Black Lives Matter. They don't matter. It's like saying white lives. They don't matter. You're not free people. They own you. George Carlin told you that. But I understand what you're saying. I want you to be free and I want to be free too. But we all got to go together and nobody's going to be free. That's why people get in groups. Like, why does Germany have tanks and bombs and guns and stuff? Well, because America got tanks and bombs. As long as you got stupid people that give a monopoly of violence to government, then the people who aren't with your people will arm up as well. And you got a conflict. You know, which is why I went back to the whole democracy thing. The only way out of this is sovereignty. If you're not in a group with anybody else, you're not in any of these subhuman identity groups, then there's no reason for anybody else to get in groups. But as long as you get in a group, they're going to get in a group. That's how that works. With Corona, more dictatorship dared. Absolutely. Well, everything has always been about power and control since the beginning of time. I wish I could read those signs. I can't. Let me see. The gathering estimated by police at 17,000, including libertarians and anti-vaccination activists. Ooh, they didn't have the bad people out there too. What's wrong? They don't like animal tissue. They don't like viruses, jumping species. What's wrong with y'all? It's only 17,000. Everybody else scared of the cuckoo virus, but they're begging for animal tissue to be injected. I think they do this stuff for fun. That might be another troll. The billionaires like to troll us. Many flouted government guidance on wearing masks and social distancing. Masks don't work. They don't work. And it's not because I said it. Don't even say nothing, Kentucky Fried Mama. I didn't say it. The professionals said it, and thousands of studies, hundreds of which you can find on pretty much all my friends' pages right now. They don't work. They've never worked. Okay? Social distance, that doesn't work neither. That I know. They told you it stopped at 6 feet. That's not how air particles work. That's not how, no, because if you can change the weather in one state here and it affect Africa, when the particle leaves you here, if it's got a good wind, it can hit every single state on the way. We always mess up when we give government something important. Anytime you give something important to politics, not government, let's say direct, politics, you ruin it. You ruin it. The minute you give it to politics, they're going to change it for whatever they need to do. We are here today because we believe that. Only the few scientists around the world, something, who follow. Oh, I gotta go back. He could say something. It's like the Tower of Babel. They gave us all different languages, so it sound like Babel. If it sounds like Babel, then we can't build a tower together, all get together and get the heck off of this planet, or build a free society. Only a few scientists in the world who follow the lead of the government are those who are heard, which is very true in his country and in mine. You say something truthful, they delete your video. Only the powerful, wealthy scientists that work with government are allowed to science right now, and all the ignorant people are following that. More doctors are standing up. There are thousands and thousands of scientists, doctors worldwide.
Tausende Wissenschaftler, Ärzte weltweit, die werden nicht gehört, die werden mundtot gemacht, die
who are not heard, they are silenced. Absolutely, and more of them are standing up. It's a flood of doctors every day. More are coming out the woodworks. Perfect G, think airborne. Well, that's the whole point, my lad. If you know that you're fighting things that you can't see and they're smaller than anything you can't see, then obviously you got to feed your natural biome and they'll fight for you. That's the only way to fight a virus. You're not going to fight it with a big corporation that poisons people. They are censored and discredited as conspiracy theory and defenders. Yep. But Hank ain't said nothing yet. Let's see if Hank says something. Even though they have run the entire university. I protest against that. I want the consensus. Yeah, the consensus. Well, wait a minute. He's talking about science now. That's real science. That goes along with that saying, and by science. I don't think you mean what it actually means. I don't think it means what you actually think it means. It actually does mean open source. If you got to burn a book, it's not science. If you got to delete the data, it's not science. If you got to kill the whistleblower, it's not science, right? If you only can show what you want to show because it's profitable to your organization or your industry, that's not science, right? That's something else. I don't know what it's called, but it's damn sure ain't no science. I want the consensus. That's a science. Science is a consensus, right? And it's not, and it's never subtle. It's a consensus at the moment of all data and minds of the time, and it'll change in the future. So you can't make no laws on it because it's never settled. Besides, you can't make laws anyway because governments aren't sovereign. Only people are.
Und jetzt nicht mehr erlaubt zu sein scheint.
And now that doesn't seem to be allowed anymore. It never was. It never was. Science was never allowed in the public domain. They need to keep a slave plantation going. So that's the Guardian. Did anybody say it was bigger than 17,000 people? There's a lot of people in Germany. I don't think 17,000 are the ones who actually saw that they're lying about all this. You know, and that's the shame of it, is that I was hoping to see RT. I think if anybody, that's RT, right? Ruptily, isn't that what they're called over there? Ruptily? German left-wing protesters, no, protesters scuffle with police. Nope, that's not it. Let's just go straight to RT. Maybe that. Yeah, the world's an interesting place at this moment in time. Better not want to trust that tree of TV. Withholding information is a crime against science. It is, Trish. It is. When people die, it's treason. It is treason. We can burn y'all at the cross. And don't ever put me in power. Because I'm gonna bring back the guillotine. People are dying. People are dying because the science that's being banned from the public sphere. But it tells you that the powerful people that actually do that are so powerful that government can't take them on. You know, that's why I say I don't really care who the president is. None of this is about a president. None of this is about a country. This is about enslaving an entire planet globally. It's going to take everybody to stand up. All right. Said 1.3 million. Who said 1.3 million, Will? Because somebody said that in the post. Wish my son could get out the military, Diane. I wish he could too. That would be a good thing. Now is not a time. Now is not a great time for that. So, let me see. Minnesota police tell residents to obey criminals. Trump bans media from nomination acceptance. Let me see. Self-defense. Netanyahu-style Israel PM compares country's news outlets to South Korean media. All media, South Korean media, if you have commercial advertisement in between. It means it's for profit. The goal of all of them is to become a tabloid to maximize on advertisement revenue by showing what those corporations will pay more that doesn't conflict with their product. You can't have Fruity Pebbles on and a show showing that sugar is a carcinogen. Doesn't work that way. If you got big pharmaceutical buying all the ads, then you will not let any doctors on there that are actually defying a system that's poisoning you and lying to you because they want to force their product in your veins. United we stand. Go on, jiving Bowden. He's jiving. He's just jiving y'all. He ain't jiving me. Online campaign urges voters to settle for Biden to oust Trump. I don't give two dams. It doesn't matter nothing. You can have, I'm not gonna say nothing because last time I said they ain't got me. That's why my account on warning right now. Y'all tricked me into talking about jiving Bowden. I ain't saying nothing about jiving Bowden. Nothing. Crosstalk, bull. I haven't seen Crosstalk in a long time. I used to love Crosstalk. The quarantine edition. Ooh, is that good? Did y'all watch that? We might want to watch some of that. I don't see anything about the protest. Let me see. Quarantine edition. Ooh, Pompeo's madness. Ooh, Mike Pompeo. Should you actually vote for a government that needs a CIA or needs a Pompeo? That's a good. Should you vote for a government that creates so much hate for you all around the world? They hate you, hates children, want to blow up buildings and drop you under them. They want to blow up airplanes that you're flying in, going on vacation. If you got a government that's creating that amount of hate, yeah, it's probably a bad idea for you to keep supporting them. News network and Putin propaganda. It shouldn't even be a Russia. There shouldn't be a Putin. We got free energy. Why does any of this division make any sense anymore? Somebody explain that to me. Why do we still have nations if they got free energy? The whole purpose that we got behind the kings because we were scared of somebody else. We're scared of somebody else because we didn't want them to come take our crops and resources. We now have free energy, 3D printers, and automated farming. Why do we need kings and lords anymore? Somebody explain to me, why do we still need governments? Why do we still need money? Germans have heard it before. With corona cuckoo virus comes more dictator. Oh, okay. Comes more dictator. Okay, so they pulled this one before, Kentucky Fried Mama. I'm not gonna let you let the Americans on the hook on that. No. Americans been on that hook before. Every 2 years we on that hook. Every 2 years, Eddie. Every election cycle is always something. It's always something. It's like being in a relationship with somebody and it's always something. You know what I'm talking about? Or being in a marriage. Like you just can't have a good time. It's always something. It's always something. And it's just, maybe we should be done with governments and people you in relationships with that always bring that dark energy deeper. Always something. Always something. Every 2 years, Kentucky Fried Mama, it's always about the pharmaceutical industry and some virus coming to get everybody. Everybody get all scared. You know, you're not letting them off the hook. No, you got to get away from people where it's always something. And the politicians in one, these relationships is the other. I don't understand why y'all do that. Why do you want to be with somebody that just bring drama all the time? It's always something. You know what, he doing this and not doing that, and your friend did this and this happened, that happened, that. Why you do this? How come this ain't this? That ain't clean, this ain't that. Why you wear that shirt and them shoes? You could be taller, blah, blah. Why do you want to be with dark vibes like that? I don't understand people. It'll drive you crazy. Cannabis ain't legal. Maybe if they legalize cannabis and cocaine, crack, meth, and all that, roll that up in a box, maybe you can get along with somebody. But why would you want to be with somebody that's always something? Always something, people. Always something. Political parties. It's always something. They always, because I guess to get elected, you got to create a problem, I guess, to get people out there and vote. In a time where more and more people are logging on the internet and looking places and realizing that, oh, we ain't really got that much power, huh? I might not vote this year because I got a lot of friends online telling me that we're actually a corporation and that corporations don't count the numbers at elections. They've got mission statements, that they don't have constitutions and Bill of Rights. They can have them things, but they can sit in drawer 13, file 13, or they could sit in a cabinet, but they don't have to respect them. They're a for-profit corporation. And they got to do something to scare everybody. Some aliens invading, some invisible viruses or something. Bigfoot coming out the woodworks, come get everybody. I'm waiting on the zombies personally. I think if y'all gonna lie to people, I just wish y'all would use zombies. I think that would be much more interesting. That would be much more, because I'd love to see my neighbor go ahead and take that Toyota and get some bars and start sharpening things and putting bars on the front of the grill of it, you know. People making weapons, get that axe. They start getting them leather tight uniforms and stuff, making the brassieres out of leather and stuff, getting ready for Mad Max. That would be fun. Zombie apocalypse. But the virus ain't fun. You can't even see it, and there's no scientific evidence behind it. You got doctors now saying prove it exists. Oh, I want to show you the doctor. So I don't see it anyway. I don't see it. I did RT protest. I was hoping that maybe they would be, sometimes they're the voice of reason. They wouldn't say 17,000, but they might say 100,000. USA, anti-RT protest draws 6 people. Oh, the Americans mad at RT now. Well, Americans protest everything. They protest everything, and usually for the people that did it to them, so, you know. Day of hashtag George Floyd protests in DC. Don't waste your time. I'm sorry, people. I love y'all to death, but why? Why are you even protesting about George Floyd if you know that he wouldn't have been shot or choked if that's what happened if he weren't poor? If he weren't poor, he wouldn't have to be doing the things he was doing where they said he was writing checks he wasn't writing because checks don't exist nor does money. Solve the problem at the root level. Don't fight the racism. You're never going to beat a feeling. And if you beat racism, they're going to make a new feeling to keep you in conflict with other people. If you can actually solve root problems, then what are you in DC yelling and screaming for? Like I said, I'm all for a protest, but protest something that actually solves the problem. Do not tag on board with the Democratic Party, let alone the Republican Party. Either one of them, they both make profit from sitting on top of you and underneath that 0.01%. All right, I don't see anything. Germany, several arrested at unregistered Berlin rally against cuckoo virus restrictions. Okay, so nobody's telling us how many people are actually there. Then that's how that goes. I don't do whining. Like, you know, if you're at the DC protest, I love you and I'm glad that you're upset. But please be upset enough to do your research and discover what the root problems are in the world so we can have real solutions. If you don't know the real problem, you will never come about the real solution. Okay? There's no problem with police. They're actually doing what they're paid to do. They're doing what we vote for. They're keeping the plantation. If you got a problem with police and you don't have a problem with politicians and the laws that they write that broke policing, then I don't really know what to tell you. All right, aliens are truly not alien. The ingredients of life are universal constants. We are related to everything. We are Conan. But you know, I like the alien thing because to me, I think it's a fake word and I'm agreeing with what you're saying. There are no aliens because the aliens don't exist. I think you've got one big massive ecosystem that includes all these different planets, everything in between, some dimensions and time. And anytime we run into something we ain't never seen before, we're like, alien! You know, we run into Nikola Tesla, and maybe he's not an alien in that sense. His mind was just ahead of ours like Mr. Reich's was, Wilhelm Reich. Alien! Einstein, alien! Every time, over every glen, is some aliens. They're just a different tribe of life. Right? No matter how deep we look, we find new aliens, bacteria and viruses that get viruses and whatever. You know, we just keep digging down. There's always something that we've never seen, and we scream, aliens! And I don't think there are any aliens. I think there's just a big ecosystem in our ignorance. Anytime we see something that we don't recognize, we scream aliens. Actually, one other place I might want to go. Because I can't find the 1.3, so
All around the world, finally, 1.3 million people took to the streets of Berlin, and they were protesting against COVID-19, saying, we ain't having it. Congratulations. Now, some media outlets were like, actually, there were only a few thousand people there. The Guardian was like, there were 17,000 people there. Other news sources were like, hey, there were like 20,000. No, there was actually 1.3 million people there. Okay, I saw the live stream. They actually confirmed it there. I know people in Berlin, they also confirmed it. So what does this mean? This is the Great Awakening, deep divers we've been waiting for, because millions, not thousands, no, millions of people are waking up all around the planet, deep divers, and saying, we ain't having it. Like even the cat down the road is saying, we ain't having it. It's beautiful right now. Deep divers. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers. We are out here in the heart of nature, baby. It's a beautiful day. I'm just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. And it feels so good to breathe right now. Woo! Especially when they want to take your breath away. 1.3 million people protest for freedom in Berlin. Woo! That was good to see. It was like a love parade, deep divers. People fighting for their freedom, because I told you, if you don't fight for what you want, you will have to cry for what you lost. What? Slow motion this side. A lot of people are waking up right now on the planet, deep divers. And it's about time, because let's face it, everything that's happening right now with this lockdown is an utter joke. Even those butterflies are laughing, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? Being free is your birthright. 1.3 million people took to the streets and were protesting against the lockdown in Berlin. This is fabulous, magnificent, amazing to see that people are standing up for their rights and saying, we ain't having it. Now, the media was kind of downplaying it. Obviously, they were saying there were actually 16,000 people out there. Now, first and foremost, why did the media want to downplay this epic event? Because they want people to believe that there aren't that many people protesting. Not millions, no. There were millions. There were a lot of people out there. Because they don't want people to start seeing that a lot of people all around the world have stopped drinking the Kool-Aid and they're starting to wake up. I told you, deep divers, don't be fooled by what you see in the media. The media will never ever tell you the real numbers of people awakening. But believe me, the whole planet is waking up to what's really happening on the planet, and they're saying, we ain't having it. The truth is coming out, even though they are trying to suppress it. A lot of people are starting to realize they are being played like a fiddle. A lot of people are starting to realize they are trying to take away our freedoms. A lot of people are realizing they really want to transform planet Earth into a prison planet. And a lot of people are like, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not going to allow it to happen. So salute to everybody who was protesting in Berlin, who was making their voice loud and clear to say, actually, we ain't having it. Because that's what you got to do, deep divers. The power is us. It's always been, and it will always be. Right now, things are heating up on the planet. I told you, mandatory masks. The next thing they want is mandatory vaccinations. Matter of fact, they don't even have to do that. People will ask for it. Because right now, the only pandemic on the planet is fear. What? Slow motion this side. Right now, the only pandemic on the planet is fear, which is false evidence appearing real. This is what's killing more people than anything else. Fear. So I want to remind you how we move through all of this. The answer is to let love guide you, not fear. The media don't want to say, hey, 1.3 million people were protesting against COVID-19. Why? Because now people will stop living in fear. All the media can do is promote fear. All the media can do is perpetuate a lie that you should be afraid, very afraid. The boogeyman is coming to get you. No, nobody's coming to get you. There's nothing to be afraid of. We will get through this together. 1.3 million people for freedom. Oh, it was a beautiful sight, deep divers, because this shows that a lot of people are starting to realize if we don't do something right now, it's going to be too late. Already, you are seeing society being transformed right before your very eyes. Restrictions everywhere, borders closed. You need a mask to come inside a shop. Now, we have to realize if you don't do something right now, it's only going to get worse. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. So shout out to everybody who's standing up for their rights, because truly, deep divers, the power is with you. You are being heard. Like back in the day, I had videos. All of my videos were going viral. 5 million views, okay? 4 million views. Then the algorithms changed.
Real talk. That's what he's talking about. He was being shadow banned. I remember the guy a long time ago. Deep divers. Slow motion this side. I love this brother. Oh, he'll make you so happy. Yeah, we got to be deep divers. But I mean, but he's being shadow banned. Well, mostly his thing though is he would talk about like hippie stuff, freedom, love. You know, he'd make people happy. And you can't keep a slave plantation with happy slaves, right? They need to be happy to be slaves, but they can't like be thinking about consciousness and evolving and prana, baby. Take in the prana. Not allowed taking no prana. You can't have no prana. No prana. They banned the piranha. How do you get the prana? But you got piranhas. You got piranha corporations. You got piranha industries. You got piranha politicians. But you can't take in no prana, baby. Ain't no prana out there for you. That's chemtrails, baby. Take in the chemtrails, baby. I love this brother. Oh, he's so happy. Take in the prana, baby. All right. I'm gonna read comments that I think I'm gonna run. I don't think there's anything else from this weekend. Let's go take a peek. It was a busy weekend. It's a lot of thoughts being processed. Prossification. With Corona comes more dictator. We already did that one. Yes, we did. Do they realize it's for their safety is a Nazi slogan? No, I don't think they do, Kentucky Fried Mama. I think they think their government loves them and their government wants to protect them from the sniffles while creating terrorists at the same time to blow up their airplanes. Holy diver. Well, deep diver, holy diver, you know. Say deep divers one more time. Yeah, you gotta learn to speak the language. You gotta learn to speak the language. Who said that? That was training day. Denzel was trying to train the trainee that if you don't learn to speak their language, they're gonna be plotting, they're gonna get you. And you don't learn to speak news, you don't learn to speak billionaire, you don't learn to read between the cracks, you don't learn to process how political parties talk, to how to make you stupid so they can increase their power by taking from yours. If you don't learn to speak that language, they're gonna get you. You're gonna fall for every scam they got for you. I think I kind of hit a lot of good points. I'm gonna take a peek on that and see if anything else was really interesting. You know what? I'm just gonna do something random. Go up my feed, go up the feed and see what see if there's any thought food to feed on the feed. Is that why they call it the feed? Is that where we're supposed to be feeding? I'll make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'll post the link. That's Ralph Smart, right? Ralph Smart. Yeah, he's got some real hippie stuff. It's a happy dude. He's supposed to be happy. Y'all like that. What's this? DARPA? Who posted it? Who gave me this? Y'all give me all the most oh, Heaven gave me that one. Heaven. All Wuhan roads lead back to U.S. government. Netherlands refuses mask mandates and vaccine companies immunity. Ooh, yeah, it's a whole lot in that one. That's a meaty post. That's a meaty post, right? So all the roads lead back to Wuhan, U.S. government, right? So if your government is making bioweapons and bioweapons kill you and you're scared of them, then that government's not going to protect you from bioweapons, especially if they give them to the enemies. That's something to look into. Netherlands refused to wear masks, which is probably where I'm going next flu season. If we make it, if we ain't all dead by then I'll be in the Netherlands. I'm still trying to figure out what state I need to be in for who didn't collapse their economy because they hate Trump. Trump has got his mask on too, which is why when I say it's a hoax, I'm trying to explain to you that he's a part of the hoax. It's all one big hoax. He's a part of it, and it doesn't mean that people didn't die. People died. They don't really care about you. They don't care about me. And usually government is just told what to do. I'm not even sure if they even knew the plan. Big pharmaceutical industry plays corporations, they play the television stations, and they play the politicians. See, nevertheless, so that's good. They refuse to wear the mask. Okay, boo, boo, boo. And vaccine companies immunity. Yeah, that's an interesting thought too there. Heaven, appreciate that. People need to think about the indemnity, right? So as long as those corporations, they don't have any penalties to pay. If they kill you or make you sick, then you shouldn't take anything they have. If they literally have a law, because Fauci helped do that with Reagan, which said that, hey, if our vaccines kill you or make you sick, kill your kids, whatever, you can't sue us. Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. That's my 2 cents. I'm not sure if that's common sense, but that's Gerard's sense. That's what I'm gonna stick with. That hashtag we all gonna die unless once people sort out which industries are playing them, how and why. Yes, that was what was on my mind. Facebook always asks me what's on my mind. And I tell them. And then people are like, why you post so much? Well, why you slave so much? In rough times when your neighbors would start looking like soup. Yeah, see who's thriving in the commercials and on the corners. Absolutely. That still holds true today. Whoever's thriving is the ones that did it to you. This was my breakfast. I was saving grandma. I saved grandma this weekend because a whole bunch of the tomatoes was ready. These were San Marzano. Yep, I ate them fresh right out there. Did not wash nothing. Just rubbed it on my shirt, stuck it in my mouth. Eat fresh from the garden, how your ancestors always protected their herds and elders, all right? Not for greed's sake, right? You know, taking chemical products is for corporations' greed's sake. Eating fresh, healthy food is because you love grandma and you want to protect her and you don't want to get her sick. Yes, let me see. Here you go. There's begging and then there's protesting. There's begging and then there is protesting a tyrannical billionaires that owns the food supply. Make sure you know which is which. Absolutely. And a lot of people didn't get that, which is fine. That's all right. You know what? You want to protest people who own your food supply, you're going to have to make sure you can grow your own food, because you're going to do exactly what they tell you to do. Lockdown. It's a lockdown song. People got lockdown songs. There you go, Brother Hank. There you go. See, I tell you, he ain't giving up, boy. He right there. He gave up. Yeah, he gave up this morning. Look at the top. See if he's got a response to the couple hundred research papers and studies showing that they don't work. Although Japan, what is it? Japan acted like the virus had gone. Oh yeah, there you go. And then so it's probably Bloomberg, absolutely. So they're going to tell you that it's an apocalypse in Japan, but you call somebody in Japan, they'd be like, nope, I'm going to play soccer. Yep, that was Claudia's post. Good old Claudia. Does government sponsor protests against oppression? No, they don't. The government is an oppression engine. It's designed to oppress, control, and take your rights. They will not sponsor you, give you bricks, food, money, or put you on television if you have a successful protest that's going to take their power. All right? That's just, to me, that used to be common sense, but they broke everything with an education system, which is actually an indoctrination engine. You were made people because people can never truly be free. Yes! And they'll always have opposition. Thus kings. Only persons can be free. Did y'all get that one? I don't think y'all got that one. Anyway, the whole point is that people will never be free. As long as you're a people, there'll be another group of people opposing you because they're scared because y'all got together as a people. As long as you're a people, you'll never be free. As a people, whether that's black, white, Christian, Muslim, American, Alabama, Texas, Pennsylvania, whatever, it means that somebody's going to get together with other people to oppose you. So as long as you are people and not persons, as long as people have experiences and they get together, other people going to get together, and it's a Chinese finger trap. The more of you there will be, the more of them. The more Democrats you have, the more Republicans you're going to have. That's just how that works. Only persons can be free. When you are persons and sovereigns, at that point in time, freedom is a possibility. Until then, all you get is this right here, which is all the research, mask and unmaskers. Oh, I think we're COVIDiots now. Somebody said that we're COVIDiots, actually. I'm fine. I'll be a COVIDiot, but I ain't going to be a televidiot. That's it. I'll be a COVIDiot, never a televidiot. I'll be a COVIDiot, not a Democrat idiot. I'll be a COVIDiot. I will not be a Republican idiot. I will not. Think of governing corporations like abusive spouses. All they fear is you being wise and strong enough to walk away. Who is this brother, man? And does he know how to cook? I need to, you know, like that's the whole point right there, you know, is when you're strong and wise enough, you just walk away. And if you know your government's abusive to you and poor people and women and people all over the world and starving people in your nation, then maybe at some point in time you say, you know what, I get your thing. Your thing is abuse and I'm not into that, you know, and you walk away. Right. You have an abusive relationship. They gonna hang again, boy. He ain't. I told you he wasn't playing. Y'all thought I was joking. That brother, he is not here to play with you. It's a virus, damn it. He's scared. It's coming to get him. He sees dead people, like in that. What's the name of that show, movie? Little kids always seeing dead people. I see virus and dead people. Let me see. I changed my mind. Oh, he changed his mind. Hang on. Whoa. He changed his mind. What? Is using other drugs in Cuba, which, oh my goodness, maybe that's why he didn't respond. Did he change? He changed his mind. Ooh, go on, hang on. No, you know what? I got a big apology for Brother Hank. This is why he ain't say nothing. He's starting to see. I see the light. We're going to get the band back together. Hold on. What are you saying? Other doctors use it in Cuba, which has more doctors per capita than any country. It is only used after infection. It's complicated due to harmful effects on some. If comorbidity factors exist, Sweden has backed off use in some hospitals due to bad side effects. The who have no idea about health, and if you ever question that, just look at the board. They all look like they've been sucking on somebody's neck or eating somebody's brains, but that's just me. I usually follow healthy people when they want to say something that's healthy. The WHO says more testing is needed, but the drug may have usefulness. Oh, so that's why. It's not because we posted 1,000 posts to tell him why. It's because the WHO told him. Who? Is it wrong to make this drug available to everyone? I don't know. How about it's not your choice, Hank? How about that? I don't know. That's my take on it. It's not my choice either. How about that? How about it's not Hank's choice what Gerard puts in his body. And it's not Hank's choice what Christ puts in his body. Ain't Gerard's choice what Angela puts in her body. And Susan has no interest in saying what Trish puts in her body. That's what I think. That's what I think. I think we send people to medical school to understand some medical stuff, and they're supposed to give us some recommendations and thought based on their studies and experiences, and got holistic people who we banned all their natural medicine because they can't give us no damn thing, but they got experiences and thoughts and the things that didn't get banned they could tell us about, and then we make our own damn minds up. That's it. That's what I think. But as far as the WHO, so it's not the million posts that changes minds, it's the WHO. Woo! You know, you jumped, and this was to this post, and I don't even know how true this is, and I don't really care. It didn't get a fake news thing, so the fact checkers, they might get to it later. This was a post in the Virology Journal. Did y'all fact check that and find out that's true? It doesn't really matter to me. It makes sense, so it doesn't matter if it's true. He still needs to be investigated by the federal government. He needs the FB and hide this man. Millions of people are dead, millions more about to die. Oh no, he said, yeah, this is the one that's saying hydroxypuku blah blah blah, it works. Yeah, I'm not interested in hydroxypuku blue because Roma tomatoes work, cucumbers work, lettuce works, and smoothies work, right? So I'm not really worried about it. Oh, this is it right here, Jimmy. That's your post, brother. That's your, you know. I mean, it's mine, but we just proving we was thinking along the same line. All you got to do is legalize cannabis, and you're gonna cancel the apocalypse, right? Nobody be walking starving in the street. You make billions and billions of dollars if y'all stop playing these crony games with the United States Incorporated. Oh, here's the United States. It's right here. Y'all remember Debo? That's my bike, punk. That's America when you, yeah, y'all love me, and this is my guns, and this is my food, and this is my house, and my land, and my bike. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. That NDAA and Patriot and everything in America belong to the U.S. United States Incorporated, which is owned by billionaires, which is interesting. It makes looting a lot of fun. It means they literally own everything and they can take it anytime they want. They're gonna hang, hey, he ain't stopping. Honest government ad. Oh yeah, that was kind of true. It's kind of funny. Not really. It's still partial. Like, and this is where when I kind of tune out people, right? Like if you start talking about global problems, you know, problems in the nation, and you start injecting like the politics, the left or the right, or political parties, or this president or that president, then I know that you're just trying to play me, so I'm not that interested. Let me see, we did that, yep, posted that twice. There you go right there. This is why you should not legalize cannabis. My cannabis friends didn't see this one. See, Julie has two passions in life, cannabis and horses. But you know what, that's a good reason to. But she ain't got no mask on, neither does the cow. That's a good reason. I'd rather see that than people walking out in these streets scared of each other. It boggles my mind why you want to make your children scared of other children. Why would you play a psychological game on your children because a criminal for-profit vaccine company at the global level tells you to? That's insanity to me. I think we should all stop supporting politicians until they admit what causes autism and most cancers. They know. They do know. They've always known. They've known for a very long time. They're just not telling you, and they ban the information online. All right? We need to be in solidarity with everybody who died and everybody who we don't want to die, and stop supporting these people who keep secrets. Nobody keeping secret has your best interest in mind. What do we do? Oh yeah, what do we do? We should call Yemen. that's what we do. Like, well, what do we do? You know, well, how about this? How about we call the last people that these political parties starved to death? Let's call them. The last artificial famine that how about we call them? I said, Yemen, how'd y'all make it when the Democrats and Republicans, when we was voting for them, when they were starving you, but people wanted to keep voting for them? Yeah, how did y'all make it? What did y'all do? And maybe they'll have some pointers or tips for us. If they're in their right sense of mind, they're gonna hang the damn phone up. Oh, this is a good one right here. Yep, 2020, 2019, 2020, and 2021. And it has a different meaning for people who like laugh because of the ear and the mask that brings down, and a different meaning for people who did their homework and watched Wayward Pines. If you watch Wayward Pines, this has a very different meaning for you than if you just think that's about ears coming down in the mask. You know what I'm talking about, the apparitions. If you watched it, you know them ears look just like that damn apparition. In the future, human beings become zombies, right? They're genetic alterations ended up us looking like that, but with teeth and claws and boogers and red eyes and stuff like that. It's a great show. They always cancel the best shows. Please watch Wayward Pines. His brother Dane, and it's a geoengineering watch. If you want to fight climate change, got a problem with the climate, that's the man you need to go see right there. He's got a website. You will not find him on the internet because we don't find him on social media because he's been banned on all platforms. Federal government secretly amassing execution drugs. Oh, this is good. This is Lee Camp. And most of what Lee says is true. Not everything can be true now. Not everything can be true because Lee is on TV. But most of what he said is on point. And federal government secretly amassing execution drugs. Now, I haven't watched Lee in a while, but I can ask myself the question, does my government care about me? Is the federal government a federal government, or is it a governing corporation from England? And if it is, then why would it give two damns about me? If it's owned by banks and JP Morgan is the #1 investor in that bank, I haven't met JP nor Morgan, nor do I know anybody named Morgan except for on the internet, then they don't care about me. So them making execution drugs, it makes sense. I come from a military family, and I've seen them send my brothers and sisters and cousins and everybody out to fight in wars that had nothing to do about what they was fighting for. Freedom with Emily Payton, that's Sister Claudia, another good video. Haven't liked the video. Steve Bing. Oh, you know what I do want to show you? Okay, here's it. Let me just speed through some posts real quick. What is this? Free animals' lives in a world of anarchy. Animal slaves live under human governments. Yes, they do. This is very true. Free animal lives. You're being treated like animals. You're herds. But the world is not anarchy. The world is democracy. The world is not anarchy. The world is democracy. Democracy requires violence and death, and it's a patriarchal concept of authority and control, which came from the patriarchs, which means if you're bigger and stronger, you're better. If you got more men, then your aim is true, then you serve God. So it's not anarchy. There's no anarchy. There's very few places of anarchy except for in your family where everybody love each other and look out for each other. That's actually what anarchy is. Yep. Microbiology is your friend. I was playing with my microscope. Don't worry about the television. They lie to you all the damn time. Say, grandmama, stop eating what you see on TV. If it has a commercial, it's going to take your immunity out. It's going to get grandmama sick and killed. Try not to feed into controlled opposition. All subhuman groups are weaponized against humanity by design. Yes, they are, which means you're just another leg in the billionaire's table. You're holding up if you're black, white, blue, green, yellow, this, that, or the other, Christian, Muslim. How about you're just a god or goddess? You're on a planet, you're having a human experience, you're a wave creature, wave energy, and you interface with other energies like biophotons and all the other stuff that the free energy people have figured out. If ever a generation finds itself standing behind Babylon in front of the cliff, that's right, kid. Don't ask no questions. If you stand in front of a cliff and the world needs to be collapsed because it's all crony and criminal and it's starving children, they got sex trafficking, top of #1 government, human trafficking, just kick. Just put your foot out, push, and the world will go the right way. Don't be a Babylonian. Don't try to figure out how to have a house closer to master. Don't try to figure out how to be Chicken George with Babylon. Just kick, let Babylon fall off the cliff. Oh yeah, just right. Just think, if Hershey dictated global health, we'd all have cotton candy face masks waiting for a magical chocolate bar as a cure. And you probably have to get a Willy Wonka chocolate factory. They got the link right there. Chocolate factory thing. Let's go. Oh, this was good. Did y'all watch this brother talk about Haiti? Give this brother a minute. Give him a minute.
Haiti was one of the richest places on the planet in the 1700s. The population of Haiti was 4-to-1 slave to free Frenchmen. So you basically had about 450,000 slaves there and 120,000, 125,000 free Frenchmen and women. Led by a slave named Toussaint, Haiti successfully overthrew one of the most powerful armies on the planet in 1804 and declared their independence. However, France made a deal with them, with warships at the ready, saying that we will invade you, recapture you, and re-enslave you unless you pay for the lost property. Well, that lost property was the human lives of the Haitians themselves. So France slapped Haiti with a $21 billion bill. That's $21 billion in today's money. It took until 1947 to pay off the initial loan. It took Haiti almost 150 years to pay off that loan. And obviously you guys know about loans and financing and debt. So how did Haiti pay that money off? Especially because France forced them to give them 50% off of their products. So Haiti was accounting for 3/4 of the world's sugar at the time. And I think a quarter or maybe 1/3 of the entire slave trade at the time. Saint-Domingue was also known as the capital of the slave trade in the West Indies, and also the worst place for a slave to end up because it was so brutal, torturous, and you could be raped and kidnapped at any point in time and sent anywhere in the world. So that debt was financed and collected by French banks, as well as an American bank that was established in 1812, which is called Citibank. That's right. Your bank has been collecting money from Haitian people to pay for their own freedom since 1812 and stopped only in 1947. With the natural resources and the people working the land that Haiti had, it should have been one of the richest countries in the world. But the transfer of wealth from Haiti to France and Haiti to French banks and Haiti to American banks to finance what is called the independence debt, which is no more than a debt for the descendants of slavery to continue to pay the countries and the people that enslaved them for their own freedom. It's well documented. It's well documented that the debt was based on slave owners losing their property. In 2004, the Haitian government demanded that France pay back the billions of dollars that it forced the Haitian people to pay for its own freedom. So think about this. It's like France had their warships ready, just basically gangstered their way into Haiti's pockets. After Haiti beat the French military in 1804, by 1825, France had warships at the ready. Off the coast of Haiti, looking at the island like, nice island you got there.
Kind of like how you're born and the government looks at you, they're like, ooh, nice baby you got there. How about you get that baby a birth certificate? So everything this brother said, that to the best of my knowledge, is true. It's off the hook. Yeah, I'll post a link. You watch this whole, he's explaining to you. But Haiti is an asshole country. It's an asshole country. And yes, the Clintons are a big part of that. The Clintons' brother that owns the mineral resources. It's an asshole country because they were a country who actually stood up. They were a country who actually fought slavery. They didn't lay down like America. They stood up. And when you listen to the Haitian Revolution, it's violent and aggressive. And in this video, I found it interesting because basically this is what we're born into, right? We are born into debt. Children, when they're born, they're slapped a penalty for being born on Earth. And they got to spend the rest of their life trying to pay that debt back to billionaires. So the same way Haiti is being abused and kept an asshole country, we're all being kept assholes too, because we make our kids beholden to billionaires who never do any work. And their kids never lift a dime or a penny or a brick or a piece of cotton. But our children are born into debt they'll never pay off. And what's happening right now is a global reset. So you have a global reset of that debt so that they can roll out the next 200 years, 150 years scam to continue to be re-enslaved. So I liked the video, it was good. And he talked about reparations, and he said reparations isn't controversial. And I don't think it is either. When you actually talk about it from a universal perspective. I like universal solutions. If you got a universal solution to all the problems, then everybody supports it. There's no struggle, there's no controversy about it. Everybody wants the land, everybody wants to be free. Nobody wants their children born into shackles, because that's how your children have to be born to eat food. So it was a good video. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Let me just go up, because I actually want to show you the doctor. Oh, I think the doctor's on here too. They're just coming out the woodwork, trying to tell you that what you're seeing on TV isn't true, which is why I appreciate, God bless the doctors. Thank God. It took y'all a minute. It took y'all a minute. The hippies and I, we've been waiting. We've been sitting around waiting and waiting and waiting. Waiting for y'all to turn on Rockefeller medicine, but now in droves. New doctors are coming out the cracks every moment. Hopefully people listen to them, but apparently they gotta go to the WHO before people like Hank listen, but you know. Everybody wakes up in their own time. Said another way, right, sometimes you gotta blow up the world, sometimes you gotta let the world break. Oh, this is interesting. You know what's in the V signs, and you got aluminum and Gardasil and all this stuff, and the mercury and blah, blah, blah. All the things not supposed to be in your body, bottom line. But the most significant one is the one Judy Miskovich told you about, which is animal tissue. All right? You're scared of viruses, they jump species, then you shouldn't be letting nobody inject anything in your body that can jump species. Bad idea. That's where you got things like they said that HIV and all that stuff came from. Here's the post right there. Yeah, I'm not concerned with. This is the one where there's a 13-year-old. Well, she wasn't 13. She's not 13 now. She was 13, and she's basically saying that, you know, I went to an Epstein party, and they got pictures of Trump partying with Epstein, dancing, singing. Like, yeah, I barely know the guy. No, you obviously know him. Have y'all seen the latest one? Y'all see? Who's the ABC or CBS News released it, and Trump was just dancing. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. That's Brother Trump. I mean, he's a cousin, don't get me wrong. We're all related, but he couldn't find 3, 4, no 5. But he had all the cheerleaders dancing with him at an Epstein party, laughing, joking, playing with Epstein, talking to him. So of course they knew each other. Of course they were close. And they did what all wealthy people, all wealthy, privileged kids with millions and millions of dollars, all did. All did. All did. And if you don't know that, then you're either not a woman or you haven't talked to enough. Right? These things, most people who get raped don't ever say anything. Most men who get raped probably don't even say anything. So the idea that we need to focus on one person in a society that refuses to stop this practice, and they literally write the practice in as a model, it's a waste of my time. I'm not interested. I'm trying to figure out every day, how do I support abuse less? Not selective abuse. Not always. It's abuse if I don't like the person. No, abuse is abuse, period. We need to, as a nation, stop abusing children and remove that as a model for abusing women and anybody else. I can go back and read those comments. So that's what it's about. I'm sorry if you're upset with that, but again, I had no idea how prolific that was, because being a boy, you're not taught those things. You don't know that. You don't even understand it. Abuse is a real thing, and they can stop it any day they want to. Any day they want to. I'm spend another moment on that. Any day they want to. Any day they want to. They can use the NSA to stop rape. They're not. Any day they want to, they can use Homeland Security to stop rape. They're not. Any day they want to, they can do anything that they want with all the resources they got and all the heroes and those departments who want to be heroes. But the job isn't to hero. See, there's a degree of fear that a plantation needs, right? There's a degree of fear. You have to keep the slaves in conflict with each other. The whites fighting the blacks, the Catos fighting the Harriet Tubmans, the Chicken Georges fighting everybody else. And as long as they're fighting each other, then it's all good. And so you got to have a series of very scary things. You got to keep poverty going, right? Because poor people will do crimes to eat. Their kids will become violent because that's the hate they were shown at birth by the model that requires hate. All the isms are there. Racism isn't going nowhere. It's a part, it's baked in the system, right? It's a function and a tool of politicians, and they use the hell out of it. And I think they overestimated how powerful it still is. You know, right in front of your face, tell you Black Lives Matter, and that group doesn't give two damns about Black lives because the number one killing Black lives is Black lives, nor does white lives, right? We got free energy, and they can say, no, you're going to free that free energy. You're going to bring that free energy and give it to the communities where poor people are starved into doing violent things to each other, but they don't do that, so they don't care. That's why I'm saying that I don't have any interest in the system. I don't have any, the whole thing can just blow up, collapse, burn up. You try to put Master's house out, you want buckets of water, I'm gonna keep handing you buckets of kerosene. The whole thing needs to burn down. I'm tired of selective justice. Why are we focused on justice if we can do prevention? That's what I'm saying, you know, and that's my perspective. I'm happy to let y'all disagree with me. Increase your circle with these people. Right, absolutely, this is who you want in your circle. These are the people you want close to you. The people who are just in your life because they love you. They don't really need anything. They don't really want anything from you. They just love you, right? That's who you need to be around. Don't be around people, because we're virtue signaling. We're together. We're saving grandma. You know, you need to have people in your circle that love you for being you. And if you don't have that, your life is going to always be strife-filled. Oh, this was beautiful. I got to show you a picture. Where'd I get this from? I think it was Deanna's page. Ah, it's beautiful. Are you a ship? A ship in a harbor. Wait a minute. A ship in a safe harbor. Wait a minute. A ship is safe in a harbor, but that's not what ships are built for. You're safe at home. Do you have a purpose? Is that what you were built for? To hide from viruses, to hide from bacteria, to hide inside. Were you built to listen to government? Were you built to have an authority, or were you built to be free? Do you have free will? Do you know what that is, right? What are you here for? And that's why I started off yelping, because I really wasn't singing at the beginning of it. Got a song called Sense of Purpose. Let me show you this picture. You gotta have a sense of purpose in life. Why are you here for? What are you here for? Wilhelm Reich knew what he was here for, right? Nikola Tesla knew what he was here for. There are a lot of people who do things because that's what they feel they're supposed to do. What are you here for? Let me show you this. This is emotional right here. Of course, I took it and I put it to the cuckoo virus, but this is a great picture, right? You're sitting at home, but what are you here for? Maybe Berlin ever. Maybe. I mean, I'm not a protest guy. I used to be. I don't think that's my zone anymore. But get a purpose and keep drilling down. Deep divers. Keep deep diving. You get to the bottom. Ooh, we're going to put that together with some Ralph Smart. Deep dive, right? Get your purpose, follow your purpose, and keep going deep till you get to the root problem. And then I won't say nothing about your protest. Then I'll be like, damn, they ain't got their act together. I need to get me a Sharpie. I need to get me a Sharpie and a saying and get out there with them. They know what they're talking about. They kept going deep. They didn't stop at the political level, right? They started off on Black Lives Matter. Because to them, Black lives really mattered. They didn't know they have a government when nobody's life mattered, but they started there. And the next thing you knew, they started to realize that, well, not only was science banned, which keeps everybody in struggle, high free energy, but also that this is a Chinese finger trap, that if they listen to a 21-year-old by the name of Fred Hampton and Black Lives Together got together with white lives together, they can make everybody's life matter. There's enough of them. And they got the passion. There's some angry people out there fighting, throwing sticks and rocks and urine balloons at each other, wasting everybody's time. But if they actually gave a damn about white lives or black lives, they would do the things that actually would make everybody's life matter. But you got to deep dive. And that's the problem. People don't deep dive because they don't get outside. Breathe in the prana, baby. I love Ralph. Oh man, he's great. He'll make you happy. Y'all should watch his videos. He'll make you happy. Subscribe to him. Got a deep dive. Gerard, can I watch your whole show tomorrow? Would love to hear about your experiment. Oh, I'm not done, Lori. I'm not done. I'm at the level that I understand that orgonite is a thing. That's where I'm at. I'm at the orgonite is a thing. I started doing my research. I'm running my experiment because I don't trust nobody's science. Science was banned in the public sphere because it's not open source. And if you actually discover something that's going to free people on a plantation and not allow the country to blow up Russia, then they classify with the Invention Security Act. So I'm doing my own science. Once again, if it's not Gerard science, it really ain't science. That's the only science to me. Till I see with my own line eyes and it actually happens, then it's good. But there's something to orgonite. Last 3 nights, that thing has been in my room. That thing is a little creepy. Just a little bit. It's some energy. It's doing some things in me, but I'm still running it out. But no, I'm just looking at Wilhelm Reich, and the inventor of orgonite, the whole organal process. I don't want to tell anybody where the name came from because then it's going to take away from what they think the depth of what that man was doing. Right? He basically was Nikola Tesla, Lori, is what I'm understanding. He found a form of energy and created free energy devices for it. So it was the job of the United States government to put him in prison. And they did. And they banned his research. And they burned his books. They burned his notes. They burned his machine. Anybody who even had one of his devices, they destroyed. Right? So to me, that means that he is a man that was definitely on to something. And so since other scientists have been confirming that he actually was on to something, which to me is why they destroyed it, right? It was something that could have freed the plantation. So that's where I'm at. So I'm trying to see what it's doing to me. The good thing is it started off in a good way. I had no idea what Orgone did other than block 5G. That was the last context I thought about it in. So it was interesting to see the effects that there really is an energetic field that's happening. All right. Doctor. Right, let's do that. Get out of here. Doctor. What is this? This is right here. Doctor's coming out the woodworks explaining to you that it is a bad idea to politicize science. It's a bad idea to politicize helping people. It's a bad idea. Please don't do this again, because when doctors are not allowed to science, you get a lot of bullshit. Here he goes. This is a brother out of Florida, I believe. Just coming out the woodworks, and I'm sure he'll delete it too. So go ahead and get your watch on and understand that the things that are mostly true, that are effective, all get removed. And you continue to support criminals that run your government because of Rockefeller and that, and run the government and the pharmaceutical industry. Oh, there you go.
Hey everyone, I'm here at Morris Medical Center with my dad, Dr. Daryl R. Morris II, D.O. He has some things he would like to share and bring attention to in regards to how politics is affecting the medical world right now.
Yeah, there are three things right now, mainly politicized in this, especially during this coronavirus pandemic situation. One is here in Florida, they've already exposed 40 or more labs that are doing COVID testing that are in fact faking the results. They're reporting 100% positive result ratios, which is just statistically impossible. Two of the labs that have already been audited, it turns out instead of 100% positive, they were coming out at less than 10% positive. So this is political, ridiculous motivation, insurance fraud. There's all kinds of illegality going on here. One of the other points I'd like to touch on is in Florida here, they're reporting that we don't have enough hospital beds, and this is completely not true as well. What happened is a few months back, the hospitals here had massive layoffs because they were slow and business was just slow. And due to not being able to do elective procedures and things like that. And so they are running, many of them at 50 to 60% staffing capacity. And the real stats are that there are more than enough beds. What there is not enough staff. So they may be full to capacity based on the number of staff members they have working, but they don't have a full staff working. So those numbers are being manipulated as well. And lastly, regarding the treatment of COVID-19, yesterday and the day before, there were many doctors who had a press conference in Washington, D.C. about their successful treatment of the virus. One particularly has treated over 300 patients in the Houston area with diabetes, hypertension, and COVID positive, and with massive success treating with hydroxychloroquine, zinc, and the protocol with Zithromax, which is having good success in many practices across the country. But physicians are being shouted down, and the media is not carrying it because it's not the mantra of what turns out to be the left media. It is clearly a hit on trying to hit on the president here. And those videos showing those physicians who were having successful treatment with that protocol has now been deleted from Twitter and Facebook, which you all probably know are left-leaning organizations. And that's just censorship and restricting the information flow of the United States. In our practice, I've written that same protocol for many of my patients that are at risk, and the local pharmacies have refused to fill my prescription. I've had many patients on Zithromax or hydroxychloroquine for many years because I also treat lupus. And for 20 plus years, they've been on that medication with no side effects, no trouble whatsoever. And so there's no reason to not utilize that protocol if it's indicated. And not letting that information freely flow and refusing to utilize those protocols, which are having success in other practices, is just criminal.
Oh, no, we don't do that. That's TED Talk. No, I don't get down with no TED Talk. No, sir. Another thing I want to show you. Just to get down. Not done with Wilhelm Reich.
He's also the star pupil under Freud, Wilhelm Reich. He was an Austrian doctor of medicine and a psychoanalyst. He's also the star pupil under Freud, but he was kicked out and ostracized when he began his work on the theory of Orgone, which he advanced early in his life as a theory that people, human beings, gave off a particular sort of energy and accumulated a particular sort of energy when they were sexually excited. And after having sex, a human being would return to a lower level of this energy. He hypothesized that this was a physical energy that could be measured, and it existed everywhere in nature that there were living things. He felt so strongly that this energy was real that he set out to prove its existence after he was ostracized. So for the rest of his life, he went about systematically and scientifically proving the existence of Orgone energy. The first thing he did was create something called the Orgone Accumulator. If you are looking for details on how to construct your own Orgone accumulator, I recommend you refer to James DeMeo, PhD. His works on Orgone energy are really, really good, and I'll link one of the PDFs of his books in the description, but I recommend you go and purchase them and support him. He also does lectures, which I've attended one of. He's a brilliant speaker. So Orgone energy accumulators are basically apparatus where the energy which is present in the local environment, that is life force energy, or Orgone, is concentrated inwardly and trapped inside this box. And in order to construct one of these boxes, you need Cellutex, stainless steel, steel mesh, and wool. And basically, stainless steel, steel mesh, and wool compose of one single layer of Orgone. And the more layers of that consecutively you have, the more effective it is. And the Cellutex was on the outside. And all of these details are in James DeMeo's book. So once you've constructed an Orgone accumulator, the energy inside of the accumulator causes a number of phenomena to exhibit themselves, such as the skin resistance of anyone who goes in it changes. The UV absorption of water, which has been sitting in the Orgone accumulator, changes drastically. That was shown, that was proven rather by James DeMeo. And another thing that was proven by James DeMeo was the guy earlier. The temperature inside of this box is higher than the outside environment or a control box with a similar level of insulative material. And that is an interesting point to talk about because, you know, living creatures such as humans also have that temperature gradient from the inside to the outside of the body. And all Orgone accumulators in nature have this. The Earth itself, in comparison to the vacuum of space, exhibits this temperature differential. So the ideal placement for an Orgone accumulator, according to Wilhelm Reich and James DeMeo, is on the outside of a house, particularly remote from anything else, meaning it's not too close to a house, not too close to power lines, trees, or anything. It is ideally placed on top of a mountain or in a large valley, and a mountain being particularly effective. And the Orgone accumulator works maximally when the weather outside is sunny. When there are clouds, what happens is the Orgone energy, which naturally exists close to the Earth, becomes accumulated in the clouds, and the clouds are basically pockets of Orgone energy which restrict the Orgone energy in the atmosphere from descending to Earth. And it is interesting to note that when a cloud forms and it becomes more and more dense, like it is about to rain, the cloud becomes different shades of purple or blue, which is the shades of Orgone as Wilhelm Reich discovered.
I'm gonna stop there. I'll post the link. You can watch the whole thing. I love it. We're in a great time, people. We are definitely in an apocalypse. Right? We are in an apocalypse, and it's a fantastic thing. If you know what an apocalypse is, it's a fantastic thing. Let me go. I'll go look it up and see if I'm lying, because sometimes we do that. Sometimes we do that on accident. Last time I checked, we're in the apocalypse. Today we are canceling the apocalypse. Nope, don't want to do that. Nope, we're gonna keep this going. You don't want to cancel it. The apocalypse, it's 2020. Nope, apocalypse definition. You don't want to cancel the apocalypse. The apocalypse, there we go. Book of Revelations, it's a revealing. The apocalypse is a revealing. And things are being revealed to us now, which is why I smile and I laugh, because now you look at Wilhelm Reich and you realize that this is where they got all this weather stuff from, right? Not just Nikola Tesla, but he's just the next guy coming along. Everything is energy. We are energy. Everything's related to energy, from the clouds. Energy's all around you. And they literally banned reality from us. They banned the energies that are all around you from healing you, taking care of you, freeing you. They don't care if you got the sniffles, people. They don't. It's always some aliens. It's always some aliens. That's why I think it's a few aliens here. Alien to us. They're alien to our indoctrination. They're alien to this idea that we want to continue the banking system and just continue the black market Wall Street system and create a black Wall Street, right? Aliens to our existence. The aliens are very real, because there are no aliens. They're just new ideas and new things we're being brought into that are banned from us, because they want us to always think there are no aliens. They always want us to think that this is the best we can do. And this is just not anywhere near the best we can do. The best is always banned and deleted. Comments, I'm right. I'm sold. Where do I get Orgone? Sister Gail Stark is around, Susan. We got a couple friends that make it, but Sister Gail is where I got this one from. I can't speak to anybody else's Orgonite, but I'm gonna say her Orgonite is alright. Her Orgonite is alright. Whatever she did, it definitely is modifying the energies around me when I sleep. There's no question about that. I haven't stopped dreaming. It's the weirdest thing. I never dream. It's the weirdest thing. But like I said, I'm still working to understand what I'm experiencing. Right? Because a lot of it too comes down to belief. Right? We are energy. These things manifest or they consolidate energy. You know, test the hem of his garment. A garment could heal you too, based on your belief system. So you are a God. That's the most important thing to remember. You're not a black. You're not a white. You're not an American. You're a God. You are sovereign. And we need to come into our own power. Like one thing Ralph said, I appreciate. Taking the prana, baby. After he said that. You are so powerful, they have to delete you. Right? You are so powerful, they have to censor you. Do you know how powerful you have to be if the 0.01%, the billionaires that run the whole damn planet, are so scared to death of you, they have to delete your video, they have to shadow ban you, they have to hide your post, they have to put a false information on your post? Do you know how dangerous you are, that they literally have to delete history? That's what they're doing. When they delete you saying something, you posting something, they're deleting history. They're burning a book. They have no other. Truth stands on its own, right? Truth is what's powerful, because you don't have to debate. The only thing they can do is delete it. When you speak the truth and you're speaking truth to your power, truth to power, all they can do is delete it. You can't combat it. You can't debate it. You can't do anything with it. You are so powerful that they have to censor you. You are a god. It's a, you know, so anyway, powerful things. All right, let me get down. Same place you get cold fusion generators. Well, you know, both fine. And I think it's all related. Like, I think it's funny, but, you know, we call them different things. But, you know, whether it's orgone, it's energy from the ethos, free energy, 0 point, whatever. The whole point is we're surrounded by energy, and we like to keep calling it different things, but it all usually is the same thing. You don't actually have to put it in a battery. You don't have to put it anywhere because it's literally everywhere. And they keep us from it, and that's how they keep us enslaved. Turquoise is also a great stone. I like rose quartz and lapis. Those are my favorite crystals, which are a thing also. Get down. Raise your vibration. Absolute, Diane, raise your vibration. And by that, you raise the vibration of the people around you. That's who we have to become. Darkness will not overcome us. It can only delay us overcoming it. And it's delayed us too long. It's time we step up. Just eat mushrooms. Mushrooms is a thing, Riley. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm getting the whole walls bleeding and Snoopy jumping out the the sofa. I'm not ready for that one just yet. I'm not at your level. I can't do that yet. I don't want to see a cow driving a car yet. I'm not good. And plus, Brother Daniel told me that sometimes you think you're in a place and you're really not, and you do things you're doing that you really ain't doing. And then he posted this picture of somebody taking a poop in the middle of a town square and sitting on a brick wall. Not doing that one. Not ready for that. I'm not on that level yet. I'm not on a level yet where something can give me a vision and make me think I'm in the bathroom, but I'm really in the town hall square pooping on a wall. Not ready for that. People taking pictures of me sitting out there trying to find the toilet paper. Now, how did somebody move my toilet paper? What the hell y'all doing in my bathroom? Y'all laughing at that. But hey, whoa, who let y'all in my house? No, not ready for that. Not yet. Maybe one day, just not now. No. There's too many things I can't figure out. I don't want to figure out why 30 people standing in my bathroom taking pictures, walking their dogs. That's a no, not no. Got enough problems, Riley. You know, in life, you usually, if you got enough problems, you got billionaires that run your planet. They hide science in the public domain. They ban free energy from you. You're a slave. You're born a slave. You want to be free. Last thing I need to think about is where the hell is the thing to flush the toilet? Somebody take the handle? What the hell did y'all do with the handle? No, I got this. There's nothing wrong with mushrooms. Y'all eat mushrooms all you want. I'm just saying you're a level above me. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to deal with this reality. I'm not ready for anything else. No DMT, not yet. Ayahuasca. I'm not ready to meet the great goddess in the forest. Not yet. History is irrelevant. All that matters is what's ahead of you. They need records. Wait a minute. They need records doesn't mean that it's relevant or true. It's their belief. They can live in their records. I'm way ahead of them. Absolutely, Conan. You know, the only reason to me that I like history is because it tells me where I shouldn't go. That's it. It's like a rearview mirror. History, it is irrelevant in terms of the details to a degree. I see what you're saying. For me, it is but I stepped in that hole and it's doo-doo in that hole and I don't want to step in that again. Otherwise, I step in it again. And I usually, if I even remember, I still step in that spot. But that's why history is important, so we don't need it. That's it. We just need to know where we went so we don't go back down that road. And we seem to keep circling this slavery thing. We just can't end it. We can't finally say we don't want an S-hole planet, making S-hole countries. Put all your crystals on charge during the full moon tonight. Thank you, Andre. I thought you're supposed to charge some crystals in the sun and some crystals in the moonlight. Is that true? And other crystals you ain't supposed to put in the water. It's a whole bunch of crystals, Andrea. I don't understand yet. Just ate some hybrids. Did you just eat some hybrids, Riley? Okay, all right. You know, how you doing? You enjoying that horse ride? I posted something about you this weekend. You like horses, don't you? It's so funny. I bet it is. You just make sure that is a horse, not a cow. Cannabis is so important. It's so important. We need to free the cannabis. Fix the states, free the cannabis. Absolutely. All right. He said to intentionally Intentionally walk in on pageant contestants during changes. Effing gross. Yeah, it is, Miss Tree. Well, you know what? You know how I do. I like look at something and I try to take something out of it that you didn't even mean, because it's just, to me, that's how my mind works. I'm always like trying to read between the cracks. Should we have a planet that has pageants? Should we have a low vibe patriarchal society that parades women on stages like they're slaves and cattle? Think about that. Hell no, he shouldn't be trying to get out and get in there. But we enable psychopathic behavior because we have things that exist that shouldn't. Yeah, it could be some pageants in the future. I'm not against pageants. I'm not against anything y'all want to do. If you choose to do it, I'm all for your hookerism. If that's what you want to do, if that's where you get your jillies and jollies and orgonite thingy energy things, and you should go do that. Did y'all see the woman that was buried in the penis? Did y'all see that? Oh my God. Yeah, did y'all? Yeah, it was a coffin. She decided, not a coffin. Yeah, she decided she wanted her casket to be the shape of the penis because she was a sex worker. I have no problem with sex workers. My problem is when you require people to do that for biscuits and you're hiding free energy. That's when my issue comes in. Whatever you want to do, I'm good with. I'm good with everything you want to do, as long as what you really want to do. But if you have a debt-based forced labor system that forces children to go off and do what billionaires want them to do to survive, yeah, that's my issue. Free the people. And that's the point. What Pat Riley's saying right there. That's my point, is free the people. And once we're free, then everybody becomes what they're supposed to be, instead of these little psychopathic, wealthy wannabe, slave-loving, Cato-style fighting, Harriet Tubman types that think they're out there fighting for Harriet Tubman. That's it. Everybody's supposed to be. Everybody has a sense of purpose. You don't know what your purpose is? I'm not sure I know what mine is. All right. Lapaloozy, blah, 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 blah. Or when, oh, good Lord. I knew both of them was going to come back in. All right, well, I have to look at it. I know, I think was it in the news? That was her wish to her family, I guess. She said that's where she got her joys from. I don't know if I can find a quick picture. And it would, oh, Lord have mercy, y'all, it's a business. Is that more than one? Oh no, help the Americans. Is this America? Let me show you. That's apparently penis coffins is a thing. Is that a business or is that, no, that's a split image. No, it's just one. That's it right here. Isn't that it? Carpenter's design, yep. Oh no, oh Lord have mercy, this is a business in Ghana. Ghana is an S-hole country. It is. It is because they're making penis coffins for people. I gotta get off of here. I can't believe this. No, that's not how you want to go into the next life. That's not how the Egyptians did that. You're not supposed to. That is such a thing. Isn't that a thing? Oh, Lord have mercy. No, it's not America. That's Ghana. I thought it was America. Apparently it's in Ghana. Oh Lord, what is under it? What is under it? Why is that blurred? Never mind, don't even tell me. I don't want to know. That's too much information. That's TMI. I'm done with that. I don't even want to know. If it's a penis coffin, something coming out the front, that's no. Why did y'all do that to Ghana? I helped. I know. I was voting too. Yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know. Let me think relatively, because I didn't pick apart Miss Tree. I'm trying to pick apart mine. Would I want to be buried in a giant vagina? I'm actually going to plead the fifth one. I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'm pleading the fifth. All right. Well, no. The questions. I got questions. Are there any kids at the funeral? Are there any kids at the funeral? That might be the question. And is it like? All right. So I was a kid. When I was a kid, you had this thing called Playboy and Penthouse, and it wasn't the stuff that you get on them websites now. Sometimes they get a little beat up and a little rough, a little roughified, a little roughy. There's some of them that, you know what? Y'all gonna get me in trouble. What I want. You can't judge nobody. Don't be judging me. Don't judge me. You judge yourself. I judge me. Okay? And let's get this straight. Would I? I mean, if it was what I got when I was 14, and one of my friends on my Facebook named Alan, his had an older brother named Robbie, he had this book called Penthouse, and the things in there were crystal clear. And this is before Photoshop, and people used to take care of themselves. Would I you know what? I'm feeling some static coming on. What the hell's going on? All right, I'm done. Not gonna say nothing. Hey, listen, y'all have a great day. It was wonderful chatting with y'all. Yeah, just don't ever be a man. If you ever go to a planet full of monkeys that used to swing from trees and eat bananas, you don't want to be the one with the genitals on the outside. Just be one with the one on the inside. You got a little more common sense. You think a little clearer. Because when the blood, it leaves the brain and your feet, go somewhere else, then you can't walk and you can't think and you do stupid, dumb things like question whether or not you want to be very buried in something. And I gotta go. Y'all have a great day. It's Joy. I love y'all. I'm out of here. Bye bye. I'm already enough trouble. I don't need no more trouble. Don't need no more trouble. That's what Bob Marley said. We don't need no more trouble. Modern slavery's gotta stop.